welcome everyone to Oldham. We are here at this amazing event today. Kick-off about an hour and a half away. My name is Joe. I'm going to be here with you all afternoon bringing you the action. And so is this lovely lady to my left.
My name is Danielle.
Thank
you for that nice introduction of lovely lady.
Danny, what a day we've got here, by the way. Look at the sunshine.
The king didn't get this kind of weather. Do you know that? But MCR Remembers does.
It does.
MCR
Remembers. We're here, obviously, to bring you football in action in about an hour and a half. If you can't make it to the stadium, Danny, we've got live action on Facebook for the Mank. And it's not just me and you here today.
No.
We've got some wonderful commentators joining us.
We have. Come on in. This is Chris Malaband. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Danny.
You were brilliant last year. I really, really enjoyed it. You looking forward to this year?
That's very kind. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Andy and I had a great time commentating last year. It was a really fun afternoon. Fantastic to see some of the former players turning out again in all their glory, showing us their touches and the fact that a lot of their quality hadn't deserted them. And we saw some great moments from the celebrities as well. So, yeah, looking forward to the game today. And hopefully it might be a little closer than last year.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Right, Andy Morell here as well. Now, here we go, Andy. It is Celebs versus Legends. Celebs have got a point to prove. Do you think we're going to see a tighter game than last year, maybe?
Well, I think there's some new players for both teams potentially today that could make a big difference. But, yeah, hopefully they might have been training for a little bit longer than they maybe did last year. So we took it a bit more serious and the fitness might be able to tell. But, yeah, those Legends, they never lose that quality. Maybe a bit of fitness, but the quality never leaves them.
Is that what's key, do you think, Danny? The fitness element, the fact that they're maybe a little bit quicker?
Do you know what? This is what I said last year, didn't I? I said last year that, you know, if you've got legs, but it just seems that if you know football, you know football. It doesn't even matter if you can't run, does it? The ball moves faster than a running person.
Chris, you know something about the goalkeeper situation, don't you? It was different to what it's going to be this year. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's right, Joe. So the goalkeepers have been swapped this year. So Lloyd Griffith is going to keep goal for the Legends, and Paul Rahubka is going to swap, and he's going to keep goal for the Celebrities. So Paul's extra experience and, dare I say, a little bit more quality than Lloyd might just help the Celebrities out a bit, and hopefully that might lead us to a more even game and possibly the chance for the Celebrities to get their revenge this year.
It does seem fairer, doesn't it?
It does, but what Lloyd must be thinking now, Andy? Going to be in a team full of legends who've been there and done that, and he's between the sticks.
Yeah, you have to open his mouth to these legends in front of him, tell him what they want him to do, because yeah, Wes Brown, people like that in front of him, he's going to have a field day. He's going to love every minute, I'm sure.
Indeed, right. So we've got the band here as well. Live music is key. It's all about celebrating the best Manchester, isn't it, Danny?
Yep.
Got football on the pitch, but before that, music.
My husband's going to be slightly devastated that he's missed this because he's a massive Cortinas fan.
But he has got a proper game of football on his hands, hasn't
he? I know. Well, we'll let him go to work, yeah.
Let's bring in the band, the second band of the day. What is your name, and can you tell us a bit about the group you're in?
Yeah, man, we're the Caught-Betweeners. We're from Hartlepool, set off at about 6 o'clock this morning, so very happy to be here with you all.
Nice and early, Danny. What time are you up this morning?
Well, I didn't get in bed until 2 o'clock because I was coming back from London from my show. So, yeah, I had to jump out of bed at 7, so I've not had much sleep. I'm very tired. But I've got a lot of makeup on, Joe, but thanks for pointing that out. My tired eyes.
I never said anything.
My tired eyes.
You obviously sort of here playing the music of one of Manchester's favourite ever bands, the Cortinas. What sort of inspired you to take up that sort of mantle and run with it?
It was all his idea, really.
Who's to blame, eh?
The guitarist there at the back, he's called Mick. It was his idea.
Mick, I knew it. I knew when I saw you.
It's been a very good idea because we've had some fantastic gigs over the years. It's been brilliant.
Amazing. And what's it like being on a stage and performing in front of a sort of football stadium?
Very good.
You wanted to say other words, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's a family show.
It's a family show.
Hey, listen, one of the most important things that people can do, Danny, is behind our head here.
Of course.
And this is one of the things we want people to do, is to donate, don't we?
Yes, we do. We want you to pick up your mobile phones and text 22MCR to 70085, and that will donate a £5. Should you wish to donate more than a £5, then all you have to do is keep doing it. So go again. Text 22MCR to 70085 until all your fivers have run out.
Indeed. Right then, should we get some live music?
Do you know what? That sounds amazing.
Right then, I'm going to give the warm pleasure of announcing the Caught-Betweeners to the stage. They're kicking things off with the brilliant Are You In Love With a Notion? Enjoy the band. We'll see you in a bit.
Good afternoon, Oldham.
body's from your face, you told Deborah, what is the one you're going to quit? Deborah, numbs a loaf and money in the sun. Have you really thought this through? Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Is he really the one for you? Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Why are you so low? Why are you so low with no show? It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good at all. Why are you so low? Why are you so low with no show? Doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good at all. Wrong. You can't quite put your finger on. Reminiscence of a summer in the Isle of Wight. You think that it's too late to back out at this stage? You need to emancipate. Step back and disengage. Have you really thought this through? Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Is he really the one for you? Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Why are you so low? Why are you so low in the notion? It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good at all. Why are you so low? Why are you so low in the notion? It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good at all. Whoa, whoa, ooh, whoa, whoa. I do know if you'd stay or if you'd be on this pedal. Climbing from the Atlantic place, you told Alison next door that all your dreams are made. But then your home screen flashed some more. You never was one for Saturday. Have you really thought this through? Is he really the one, really the one? Why are you so low? Why are you so low with no show? It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good at all. Why are you so low? Why are you so low with no show? It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good at all. Whoa, whoa.
Hi guys, Dom is playing in the Manchester Remembers football match on May 7th in Manchester. All the proceeds go to the different charities associated with the Manchester Arena bombings. It's something that he really is close to his heart. So yeah, it should be a good day.
Atmosphere here in Oldham, and I'm joined by Steve Royal. How are you, Steve?
I'm very good. I'm excited. This is my team.
I know, it is your team.
I used to sit in Chaddy End as a kid. I used to sit there behind the goals every single week. I once saw, this will surprise you, how old I am, because I don't look it. Right? I once saw George Best, Rodney Marsh and Bobby Moore play for Fulham on this ground.
It's incredible. Jason Manford here as well. Hi, Jason.
How are you? You all right?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for joining us pitchside. I know you're getting ready to train and warm up. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
Yes, I'm very well. I'm very well. You know, it's you've got to remember the reason you're here, which is to take selfies with people. And that's why I'm here. And I'm fine with that. You've got to know your role.
Do you think you'll reach triple figures? like in terms of selfie takes?
Oh, I've easily done that already. I've been here since 1 o'clock, smashing them out. Yeah, no problem. But no, this year I promised myself I'm going to start the game, I'm going to finish the game. I'm just going to miss the 75 minutes in between.
And if people who don't remember, what's your position on the pitch then? Where do you like to play?
I like to call myself like a roving midfielder, you know, so wherever I am, that's just my new position. So just leave me alone.
I'm good from the sub bench.
Yeah,
Bring me on in the last minute.
You scored an absolute worldie last year.
Fair.
Talk us through it.
Oh, mate, it's all a wash. I've never watched it back. He lied. It's been all over social media for years, for the full year. No, it was brilliant. It was amazing. All I remember of it is I remember this ball bouncing just before me on the edge of the penalty box, and I pulled my foot back to kick it, and I just heard Danny Miller behind me shout, "Leave it!" He was so fearful that I just hit it right over the bar, but it went in, and hey, fantastic. I'm aiming for a 2-2.
Jason, do you think you'll score today?
No, not. You know, you get to a certain age where, I mean, not crikey, not that age. I mean, heck.
What do you do?
Watching Billy Meredith or whatever on the, I don't know who he said, but
Billy's boots.
Dixie Dean.
No, to be honest, I'm at a point where I'm just like, if I can get through uninjured, that's actually a win. That counts as a win for me. The problem is you're playing against ex-pros who've still got it in their head, and when they cross that line, they're 19 again, and they forget that they're playing people who have never played it properly, and they don't hold back, do they?
There's also some of the childhood heroes. Andy Ritchie's playing. I remember he was playing last year, and it just didn't feel right. Not that I could have tackled him, but if I had, it didn't feel right to tackle him. I've got too much respect for the man.
Well, I live near Clayton Blackmore. He lives on the street next to ours. And every morning he walks past with his dog and we give a little wave. And in the last week or so, he just walks past, glaring at my house like that.
Why didn't you park a car outside his gate this morning?
Listen, that is the build-up. That's how intensity it is. Because look at that. That's what you can be winning over there. There's a trophy in just a moment's time you will be seeing. But here's how you can donate if you're watching at home and want to give to this amazing cause.
Morning folks, Simon Wood here. Just a little reminder of the Manchester Remembers charity game on the 7th of May, Celebs versus Legends. I think the Legends had a bit of a free-for-all last year and we need to put that right on the Celeb team. So we'll see you at Boundary Park on the 7th of May.
So here I am. He got the celebs, but I've got the professionals. This is Lee Trundle. Thank you very much for joining us, Lee. So, how is this going to work? Because obviously, last year, I don't know if you know, but they absolutely smashed it. As in, like, a professional football brain just outdoes celebrity every time.
Yeah, and I think once you get on that pitch as well, you know, I know it's a bit of fun, but I think that your professionalism kicks in as well, and you want to win games. But, you know, what a great day, what a great occasion, and all the fans turning out, and let's hope that it's a good game of football on show.
See, what I love here is you're obviously famous for playing for Swansea, but you're clearly a Scouser.
Yeah.
And you're here representing for the Manchester.
Oh, 100%. You know, with something like this, as soon as they spoke to me and said, would they come and support it, I said, you know, 100% I'll be here. And, you know, the people of the city as well have showed this by turning out.
Thank you so much for coming. It's really appreciated. Lloyd, now they've switched it round, right? Yeah. So they've put a celebrity goalkeeper on the Legends team and a legend goalkeeper on the celebrity team. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm hoping they don't have anything to do today because last year was an absolute, expletive show.
Do you know what, though? They've put you through your paces. That's not really your fault, was it? You did some great saves.
I got lobbed 4 times. I'm 5'8". I'm 18.5 stone. It is all my fault. Do you know what I mean? I did skin Paul Dickov though, which I was very happy about, and I think I nearly killed Sean Gota. But apart from that, I had a great time. I think it just makes it like the pros that we've got are unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? There's a few in there that got bus passes, and they can still put a ball on a postage stamp. I mean, we need it in the goal, but they're unbelievable. And the celebs, no offence, they're awful at football. They're celebs who wanted to be. You can look at them. They want to. Oh yeah, thick,
fit.
Oh, bit of this, bit of that. But you can see they wanted to be footballers, and they're not, and that's why they're here. Hey, don't worry about it. It's the boss. So yeah, they look the part, but they're absolutely atrocious. So I think it should be like 9-0 to the Legends, which is what we both are. Me and Lee.
Now look at this. Come forward here. Look at that. You said, Lee, that's some trophy.
I did, yeah. It's probably one of the best ones that I've seen, you know. And when something like that's on show and you're walking past it, you want to get your hands on it at the end of the game.
You do, don't you? My husband did the old...
It's a papier-mâché. Yeah, it's not even metal. Yeah, it's papier-mâché, that.
Let me have a feel.
Yeah.
Might have a point there. Remember, if you want to donate, then we want to hear from you. You can text £5 by texting 22MCR to 70085. That will text £5. But first, check this out.
So we're back again this year. Last year was the inaugural Manchester Remembers, and it was just supposed to be a one-off event for the 5th anniversary. Now, such was the demand after that game from the players, the managers and everyone who attended the event. We looked into it, we raised a fantastic amount of money, and we thought, why not do it again on a yearly basis? It means so much, and we were going to get that support.
Oh, above everything else, it's about fundraising and remembering that, you know, that's what it's about. It's Manchester Remembers, the tragedy. It's now 6 years ago, and we can do it every single year. Just keep it in people's consciousness, and just, you know, just as a matter of respect. I know the families love the occasion, and despite the, you know, the horrible circumstances, it's a real feel-good day to try and just show what Manchester is all about, as we did at the time of the tragedy. Show that we're a community, a tight community, despite the largeness of the area.
It's, you know, it's Manchester as a whole. It's the city where we live, and it just means an awful lot to everybody. And to be, you know, to be involved in this is really special for me. So,
having performed at Manchester Arena a few times, you know, not many comedians get to do it. You know, it's a kind of, it means a lot, do you know what I mean? Because I've been there, do you know what I mean? I've seen, you know, people come to see a gig, and no one should ever go to a gig and not go home. So for me and you know, a lot of the people here, it's quite an emotional day because it means a lot. So yeah, come down, get a ticket, be a part of it, and raise money for Amazing Charity.
Ultimately, it's a massive show of strength and support to the families that will be there. So as long as everyone has a good time and comes away with it, remembering Manchester Remembers, then we've done our job.
Yes, guys, it is only a few months away now from the Manchester Remembers games. Now, if you do not remember last year, the guys prepared it in about 6 weeks, and it was unbelievable. It was the celebs versus the ex-pros, and for about 10 minutes, we'd give those ex-pros a game. But this year, we've had a whole year to plan for it. We are coming for that trophy. It's the celebs versus the ex-pros again. Do not miss out. It's for a great cause. It's for the Manchester Bobbins. It's going to be a great day for the family.
Hi, Kev Sinfield here. Good luck to everyone taking part in the Manchester Remembers charity football game. I am supporting the Legends. Which team are you supporting? Please get involved by texting 22MCR to 70085 to donate £5.
Danny, look how big this trophy is. My
it's
fat
a big
head
one, that.
can hide behind it. This is unbelievable. We're here with Paul, who's one of the brains behind why we're all here today, to make money for an amazing cause. Whilst I stand hidden, how are you feeling today? It's an amazing turnout.
Still a little bit stressed, to be fair. But as we're getting a little bit nearer to kick-off, I'm getting a bit happier. All the players have shown up, which is an added bonus, obviously, which is great. We've got the weather, which is unusual for Oldham, and we've got the attendance, so happy days. Yeah, really.
The attendance is key, Danny. This is such an amazing atmosphere. Paul, sorry, let me move out that camera way because I'm coming down this way.
What are you doing? You're
look at my big fat head in the way.
You come from behind the trophy. No, seriously though, you were roped into this, really, weren't you?
I was, yeah. So obviously last year, or just before last year, Aaron come to me with an idea. Obviously Aaron was the founder, really, of what we're doing now. But because of my knowledge of doing events and stuff like that, where I've done previously before, and some of my contacts and stuff, he come to me with an idea, and for me it was a no-brainer. I wanted to be involved, and yeah.
And why is this important then? Why do people need to still remember? How many years now? Has it been 6 years?
It's 6 years this year, yeah. At the end of this month, so. Yeah, it's something that, it's something for the whole city to get behind. Well, not even the whole city, it's something for the whole country to get behind. There's people from all over the UK, so, I think it's really important. We need to come together. We need to show that they're not forgotten. We can all come together. We can embrace everything as we do in Manchester, as we normally do. So, yeah.
And one thing even the Scousers. One thing we love to do as well is a game of football, and that's why we're here. Legends against celebs. You had your eye on it last year. Sorry. Is it going to be different? Because the Legends wiped the floor with the celebs last time. How's it going to go?
Do you know what? I've always been legends are going to win, legends are going to win. But the nearer I've got to it, I'm looking at the teams, I'm looking at the celebs, and I'm like, they might just do it, you know. They might do it. They've got some legs, they've got some ballers this year. Let me tell you, the celebs are not to be underestimated this year. They might just pull off the impossible.
Do you know, when I look at you, it reminds me of when you're getting ready for a wedding or something like that, because the coordination that goes in.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's there's
This
a
is
lot.
really hard work. Don't underplay it.
No, it's not. It's very, very hard work. It's very stressful. You know, this has been in the planning for months and months and months. Originally, it was only going to be the one-off last year, but because of obviously the players, the managers, everybody wanted us to do it again. It was like, okay, yes, there's a gap in the market. We could do this year on year. Doesn't take away the stress. Yeah, everyone wants it, but ultimately, me and Aaron are the ones who are, you know, plugging it, and we're getting behind it and everything. And to have you guys and everyone else who's involved is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, it's stressful. It's definitely stressful. I'm still stressed now. I'm just ready. As soon as kick-off comes, I might be able to mosey over to the hospitality side of things and partake in what's going on over there.
A little glass of bubbly,
just a little bit, just a little one, just to
Danny,
set
one
the
thing
edge
that
off.
is different is I know your husband picked up this trophy last year. It is gorgeous. It's taken a little revamp, the trophy. Tell us about this. Where's this come from?
It was something that, obviously, as a one-off last year, we didn't really need to get one, but because we said now we're going to try and do it year on year, it was something that we needed to have of our own identity, and the Manchester Remembers Trophy is absolutely wow, to be fair, and I think it's something that, you know, it's a really nice symbol, I think, for the 22 people, and something that people can recognise.
So this might be in someone's bathroom. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take
you
it
have
out.
to have things in your toilet, don't you, nowadays? That's the trendy thing, isn't
To be
it?
honest, Oldham have asked the question of whether it could possibly stay in the trophy cabinet here, so we'll see. Well,
Give them something.
I don't know if we want to let them do that, but we'll see.
Paul, before we go to a text how people can donate, what's the score going to be? Come on.
Someone asked me this earlier on. I still think the Legends will win, but I think it'll be a lot closer. I'm thinking maybe 5-3. Having said that, I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if the celebs pull off something special and get the win today.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much. Enjoyed the game, Paul, and
Thank
an
you,
amazing
Paul.
day.
No worries. Thank
So
you very much.
if you're watching at home and you're thinking, I couldn't make it, but I want to give, here's how you can donate.
Hi guys, it's Lindsay Burrow here. Just want to say a huge good luck to everyone taking part in the Manchester Remembers charity game. I am supporting the celebs. Please get involved and donate £5 by texting 22MCR to 70085. May the best team win. Thank you for your support.
Sometimes I feel like throwing my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. You got the love I need to see me through. Sometimes it seems that the going it gets too rough, and things go wrong no matter what I do. Now and then I feel like life is just too much. You got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily meal. Ooh. When friends are gone, I know my Savior's love is real. Your love, it's real. You got the love Sometimes I feel like throwing my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. You got the love I need to see me through. Oh, and it gets so hard sometimes. Sometimes the going gets too rough. But I know you got the love. You got the love. You got the love. Hey, you got the love. You got the love. You got the love. We've got the love. We've got the love. We got the love. You got the love. Manchester, we've got the love. We got the love. You got the love. You got the love. Yeah, you got the love. Sometimes I feel like throwing my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. You got the love I need to see me through.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem.
God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King, send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign of us. God save the King.
Oh shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today for an incredible game of football with some amazing music. We thank the bands and Rowetta for being wonderful. This afternoon as well, we are having a problem with this sound, I think. Should I carry on?
Can you not hear us?
I can't. People can't hear us,
Can you
which is
hear us?
upsetting. Can anyone hear me? 1, 2.
Okay, I think we're good.
We gather here today for an incredible game of football with some amazing music, and we thank the bands and Rowetta for being so brilliant. We also thank you here today for being amazing, so give yourself a big round of applause for supporting today's events. A massive round of applause to the legends and, of course, to the celebrities in what will be, hopefully, an incredible game of football. But we are here because we lost 22 beautiful souls. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to read those names out now, and we can reflect on the ones that we lost. Safi Rose Rutos, Nell Jones, Sorel Lachowski, Ailey McLeod, Megan Hurley, Olivia Campbell-Hardy, Chloe Rufford, Liam Curry, Georgina Callender, Courtney Boyle, John Atkinson, Martin Hepp, Philip Tron, Kelly Brewster, Elaine McIver, Angelica Cliss, Martin Cliss, Alison Howe, Lisa Lees, Michelle Kiss, Wendy Fowle, and Jane Tweddle. We thank you everyone for joining us today and having that special moment with us. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some big noise again for the celebrities against the legends. Kickoff is moments away!
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome wherever you are joining us. This is Oldham Athletic FC in Boundary Park in Greater Manchester. That's where we are for this afternoon's match between the legends and the celebrities. The second time we've played this fixture. Last year, of course, it was the legends who ran out easy winners by 8-3. This year, though, well, there have been a couple of changes that have been made, including the goalkeepers swapping sides. So here's a close eye on this afternoon's game to see whether or not the celebrities can get this match a little bit closer this afternoon, and whether having Paul Rahubka between the sticks is going to make a big difference for the team led by Peter Reid. And as we look in shot there, the celebrities team line up for their photograph. They're going to start, we think, with Paul Rahubka in goal. Well, he'll certainly be in nets. And then in terms of the starting 11, we're expecting Jay Consul at right back, number 2, Dom Lever and Nick Pickard in the middle of the centre backs there. And you can see the graphic on screen shows Aaron Johal at left back. So that's the back four, plenty of TV and reality show experience amongst that defence. In midfield today for the celebrities, Ricky Hatton, the hitman, will be on the right-hand side, we expect. Sanchez Payne and Jason Manford in the middle. Joe Warren Plant on the left. Danny Miller and Aaron Lee will be up top. And as I said, the celebrities will play in all black this afternoon. The legends are in all white. You can see the team on the screen there. John Mack and Andy Ritchie up front for them. Mike Milligan, Michael Brown, Richie Wellens, and it would have been Trevor Sinclair in midfield. Trevor Sinclair, though, out with a groin problem, so Gavin McCann will start, number 19 on the right-hand side of midfield. And in defence, Clayton Blackmore, Andy Holt, Wes Brown and Danny Simpson we expect to be the lineup, as referee Daniel Sykes blasts his whistle and captains Aaron Lee and Colin Hendry come and shake hands. Colin Hendry, the former Blackburn Rovers, Blackpool and Glasgow Rangers centre-back, just talking things through with referee Daniel Sykes. And that gives me a chance to introduce my co-commentator for this afternoon's game, former Coventry City, Blackpool and Wrexham striker and Wrexham manager. Good afternoon again to Andy Morrell.
Afternoon. Looking forward to this one today. I think the celebrities more than likely looking for their revenge on last year. The legends coming out winners comfortably in the end, with 19 players on the pitch as well, I think, wasn't there? So more a competitive game, I think. Maybe a couple of changes to the graphic, it looks like, in that back line from where I'm sat. Looks like Colin Hendry, obviously he's got the skipper's armband instead of Andy Holt starting, I think. And looks like Frank Sinclair on this left side at left back. So
yeah, it doesn't look like Danny Simpson's out though. I think it's Clayton Blackmore at right back. So we'll keep a close eye on things. We're underway. Aaron Lee kicks us off. And here is Sanchez Payne in midfield for the celebrities. Sanchez Payne, who was once in the Leeds United Academy. He didn't feature in last year's match, but he has come in this time. Once sat on the bench for the first team, now a presenter for BBC Radio Leeds. He'll wear 9 in the middle of the park for the celebrities, as an early touch for Clayton Blackmore in at right back for the legends. Here's Jason Manford, who didn't last too long in last year's match. Got about 20 minutes from the comedian in the middle of the park, so we'll see how long we get this time. I think you were chatting to Jason before match, weren't you, Andy? What did he tell you?
Well, yeah, very similar to what he was saying on the VT before, that he was hopeful for a similar amount of minutes, but maybe at the start and the end. of the game, but the middle 75 he might not have too much. He said he knows his place here, that he's here to sign autographs and just be here for the occasion, but maybe have a few minutes out there as well.
His brother Colin Manford is on the bench, so we'll see his younger brother, also a comedian, probably later in the afternoon. Here's Colin Hendry, plenty of time on the ball for Hendry, 57 now. And there's John Macken losing out. Ricky Hatton getting an early touch. Forward from Nick Pickard, the veteran Hollyoaks actor, famously known as Tony Hutchinson, been in the show from its start. Now that's a loose touch from Wes Brown, and a chance for the Celebrities to attack a bit through the energy of Joe Warren Plant. Here is Plant, provided for one of the goals last year. Has he managed to win the corner? He hasn't. Not managing to get the nick off Clayton Blackmore. Lloyd Griffith, after that excellent rendition of the national anthem, can get the Legends moving.
Yeah, who knew? Lloyd Griffiths. That was amazing. Yeah, just a sloppy little pass from Wes Brown there. Trying to just play a little 1-2 with Milligan in the centre of the park, and Danny Miller, I think, nicked the ball off him. Good run, but not quite getting any crossing finally into the box, so ran out for a goal kick.
Forward by Aaron Johal. Nice touch from Danny Miller. Certainly one of the better players for the Celebrities last year. The man famous for his role as Aaron Dingle in Emmerdale. Strong challenge coming in from Oldham Athletic legend Mike Milligan. First appearance for him this year in this fixture. And here is Milligan again, doing well early on for the Legends. Good tackle from Sanchez Payne, wins it back for the Celebrities. Here is Aaron Johal. Now Jay Consul, certainly one of the better players last year for the Celebs. Likes to get forward, as we're seeing here. Consul's cross a bit too heavy and goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, we saw last year he's got real pace down this right-hand side. You don't want to give him too much chance to open his legs up, especially the Legends. Frank Sinclair eyeing him up there, so I might give him a few yards head start.
Frank Sinclair, incredible professional career, 25 years, over 750 matches.
I played
Sinclair
with him
at
Wrexham, and he was still fit as a fiddle. He was probably hitting top-end 30s.
And it goes John Macken, trying to get the ball through, looking for Sinclair, but time for Consul.
Yeah, and he was right in it with you, fully team play, you know, even with the teams and the clubs and his history that he'd played for. He was still desperately wanting to do well for himself and the team.
Hendry to Richie Wellens, who's had an excellent year since we saw him last in this fixture, guiding Leyton Orient to the title in League Two. They'll be playing League One football next season. And we understand that their team and about 100 of their fans are here today on their way to Bradford City tomorrow for their last game of the season. Doesn't matter in terms of their outcome of the season, but they are going to enjoy, I'm sure, their day out in Yorkshire, and have diverted to see if their manager can still do it in the middle of the park. And certainly Andy Morrell last year, Richie Wellens showed he hadn't lost too much.
No, I think he obviously still he obviously still plays, joins in training, and he's got a very, very good footballing brain. He was a standout player last year. Nice little trick. He read a pass in there and told him otherwise as well. Little trick as well from Frank Sinclair.
Hatton to Sanchez Payne. Nice touch from Payne to find Nick Pickard, who gets away with that one a little bit. Consul forward, but Sinclair is in quickly, and now a chance for Michael Brown to cut inside. Brown running into a bit of space, still going. Michael Brown, but the shot doesn't match the run.
Yeah, good play. Nicked the ball back high up on the pitch with a press. Drives inside, had a man over, which he could have made the pass to. Just through there, I thought he had a chance to, but decides to go himself. Just doesn't quite catch it right, and it rolls simply wide for Rubchuka.
Yeah, Andy Ritchie was in a bit of space there, and that's a poor ball out of defence, and now there's an opportunity. Here is Wellens, and here is John Macken. To Brown, he gets another chance. Ritchie, and he scores. Well, the Celebs wanted a good start this year. They haven't got one. And Andy Ritchie, at the ripe old age of 62,
matching the number on his back shows he can still remember where the goal is at Boundary Park. Over 100 goals here for Oldham Athletic, and Richie will enjoy that moment. And the Celebrities once more trail early. It's the Legends 1, the Celebs 0.
Well, it looked like Mackham was going to take the shot there. Michael Brown does, but it's Dom Lever with a great block, but it just falls to Richie on his weaker foot, left foot. Rubchuk has already gone for the first shot. He's just able to put it into an empty net and put the Legends up 1-0.
Brown for the Legends. Danny Simpson playing right midfield. Sweeps it forward. We thought Gavin McCann might be in that role, but it's Simpson who started there. So just to recap then on the Legends team in full. Lloyd Griffith in goal. Left back Frank Sinclair, Colin Hendry and Wes Brown at centre backs. Clayton Blackmore at right back. And then left midfield is Richie Wellens, Michael Brown in the middle with Mike Milligan, Danny Simpson at right midfield, and Andy Ritchie is up front with John Macken. We'll come to the Celebs team and do similarly when we get a break in play. Here's Joe Warren Plant looking for the energetic Aaron Johal to try and overlap outside him. Can't get it through though. And Michael Brown assured on the ball in the middle of the park for the Legends. Let's just go through the Celebrities team in full. Paul Rahubka in goal, Jay Consul, Dom Lever, Nick Pickard and Aaron Johal the defence. Ricky Hatton then in central midfield with Sanchez Payne and Jason Manford. Joe Warren Plant on the left-hand side, and Danny Miller and Aaron Lee up front. But the Legends enjoying most of the early possession, Andy.
Yeah, I think the Celebs are quite happy for them to have it in their own half. It's just they sort of come alive, don't they, right in this middle third, just as they're attacking. And then they get plenty of runners forward, and that's when the Celebrities really get close, get tight.
Simpson's ball headed down by Macken, but the flag up for offside against John Macken, 45 years of age now, starred for Preston North End and Manchester City in his playing career. It was Macken, of course, Andy, who scored that goal. Do you remember that cup tie between Manchester City and Tottenham? It was in Kevin Keegan's era, and City were 3-0 down at half-time and down to 10 men and came back to win 4-3 at White Hart Lane, 2005 I think it was, 2004 sorry, and Macken got the winner.
Yeah, small boy I was in those days. But
just out of nappies.
That's right, yeah. I think Macken was £5 million, wasn't he, to Man City? Big signing, scored goals for Preston.
Ricky Hatton working hard to try and win that against three of the Legends, and eventually the Celebs get it back. Sanchez Payne runs straight into Mike Milligan. Thou shalt not pass.
That's right.
There was no charity there, was there?
Great tackle, yeah.
Here's Richie Wellens in a lot of space. Payne working hard to get close to him, but Wellens enjoying a bit of showboating here. Brown to Frank Sinclair. Twice an FA Cup winner. Brown again. Wellens in a lot of room. It goes Brown into the penalty area. Consul's got to work hard to get back, and he does enough, the Emmerdale star, to ensure that's only a corner. And once more the Celebs have defending to do.
Yeah, good 1-2 with Michael Brown. But Consul, great recovery to get back in to put it out for a corner.
Taken quickly. Here's Sinclair. Back to Mike Milligan. Back on Boundary Park again, a place where he starred under Joe Royle for many seasons in the early 90s. That's too strong for Blackmore, and it'll be a Celebrities goal kick.
Celebs just got to be careful. They drop into a shape, really good, solid little block in front of that box when the Celebs have got it in that final third. Just got to be careful. You've got to go. Somebody has to press a ball. You think you're okay because you're in your shape, but if there's no pressure on the ball, the Legends are good enough to just pick a pass and put it round your 1-2s, little quick little relationships around the edge of the box that creates space. They've got to get a little bit of pressure on that ball to make them think twice about those passes.
Just the one training session these players have had together at Manchester United's training facility a few weeks ago, so they've not had a huge amount of time to build any sort of rapport and understanding. Here's Andy Ritchie, the goal scorer, who separates the teams. Danny Simpson drilling it across, but Jason Manford's in quickly, and now Joe Howell can carry it clear. The model for Mark Darcy Menswear, one of the sponsors of this event. Here goes Joe Warren Plant. But it's going to be a Legends throw-in.
Yeah, just looking at the two squads, I think there's a couple of players on that celebrity team that have got the legs on the Legends. It's just how you utilise that. You've got to try and put the ball into space and let the runners run. And that may be where celebs may have a bit of joy. If they can get a bit of pace around these fullbacks, then they've got a chance of creating something.
Hendry heads it out. Bounce deceives Hatton, and it's back with Richie Wellens, who's enjoyed plenty of the ball and plenty of space so far. Frank Sinclair skipping away wide left, and here is Wellens looking for him. Consols missed that. Back to Wellens. Ritchie to his right. Here's Andy Ritchie. Does he fancy a dig for a second, perhaps? Ritchie's ball across. Rahubka couldn't hold it, and Wellens couldn't finish. He's claiming the corner there, Richie Wellens, and he gets it against his former Blackpool teammate Paul Rahubka. And Rahubka showing his quality in denying Wellens there at the near post.
Yeah, it's a good firm hand by Rahubka. He's a strong hand, but then it's too quick. Comes onto Wellens too quickly. Can't quite put it in the net. Just a second save by Rahubka. Puts it over the bar for a corner.
Joe Howell back in the corner. Manford losing out in midfield. Here's Jay Consul. Can he keep this one in play? Nope.
Yeah, just unlucky. Just didn't quite get his touch right. Was ready to go off and running up this right-hand side, but touch just took him out. Wasn't able to keep it in.
Throw in which Frank Sinclair takes. Kyle Walker has just arrived to join us in the main stand here at Boundary Park. So good to see one of the nation's leading players supporting this event as Aaron Lee looks to skip away down the right-hand side, takes a tumble. Today's event organiser, of course, Aaron Lee, one of the first responders on that night back in 2017.
Yeah, it was a good little press by the celebs. Three of them going all together. Put a bit of pressure on Colin Hendry. I think the linesman got a little touch on him there, I think, as well. Took him out. That's what they can do, though. If you put a bit of pressure on, you never know.
Here's Jason Manford trying to weave his way through. Picked up, though, by Michael Brown, and the celebs can't really seemingly stay in possession for too long. Richie Wellens looks to thread the needle to Frank Sinclair. Sinclair skipping through, but crucial cover from Nick Pickard, the Chelsea supporter, getting a foot in on a former Chelsea player, Frank Sinclair, and covering well.
Yeah, he did really well there because he'd made the run in behind Consul, Frank Sinclair, and he covered really well, got across, was able to put the ball out for a throw-in.
Here's Ritchie, plenty of space for the goal scorer. Hendry to Wellens. Now then, Wellens obviously fancies a 1-2 from John Macken. Macken, though, a little bit selfish. No danger for Rahubka.
Yeah, just tried to use the decoy run of Wellens. Takes it inside again, just doesn't quite catch it right. Looking to bend it in that far corner past the keeper, but just got on top of the ball and rolled harmlessly towards Chubbs.
Sanchez Payne looking to bring in Jay Consul. Oh, the pass is well taken down by Consul. Chance for the celebrities here for the first time. Consul's delivery, and it comes last off Danny Simpson, and it'll be a celebrities throw in.
Yeah, it's important that the celebs, when they do get into those positions, they really have to have that quality to pick out those players in the box. Aaron Lee.
Payne, and it's gone in. Lloyd Griffith couldn't hold it, and Sanchez Payne from distance levels matters. Well, it was a decent shot from Sanchez Payne. I think Lloyd Griffith will probably be a little bit disappointed that that squirmed under him. But the Celebrities equalise through the BBC Radio Leeds presenter. It's Celebrities 1, Legends 1.
Well, it's a great hit. Has a little look really early. Toe down, keeps it on the target. You never know what might happen. Done a little bit in the air. Lloyd Griffiths is suggesting there. But it's just squirmed under him and gone into that bottom corner. Fair play, Lo. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
Well, apart from at 0-0 last year, the Celebrities didn't have parity at any stage, and at one stage were 8-1 down. So to be 1-1, I'm sure Peter Reid will be pretty pleased. But here's Richie Wellens looking to turn that around straight away, and it is a penalty for a foul on Richie Wellens. Well, I think referee Daniel Sykes is getting a bit of a challenge from Aaron Lee there. It was Aaron Lee back defending, and the centre forward back in a defensive position, penalised for the foul. Let's just have a little look at this rerun. Wellens into the penalty area.
I don't think so. I think he just maybe a little push in the back, but nothing too sinister. He's gone down fairly easily, just off balance. Really nice drag. But referee's given it, he saw it, he's closest.
Richie Wellens faces Paul Rahubka. Well, I've done this in training at Bloomfield Road, Andy, a few times, a few years ago.
That's right, teammates, ex-teammates.
Right then. Aaron Johal just having a little word in Richie Wellens' ear. I wonder what that was. So Wellens against Rahubka. Wellens scores. And perhaps fortuitously, the Legends go straight back in the lead 2-1 after 17.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's disappointing for the Celebrities because they've just got back into the game. And then straight down the other end, a little bit of skill by Wellens gets him into the box. And really, I don't think it's a penalty maybe. The referee was right on it. It's a bit harsh in the circumstances, but referee thought it was, and it's done. Good penalty, smashes it. Keeper didn't dive, but hard enough to rub Chugger's right-hand side. No chance.
Well, the Celebrities were on level terms for 2 minutes. But I'm sure Sanchez Payne's goal and perhaps the vulnerability of Lloyd Griffith in goal for the Legends will give Aaron Lee's side confidence that they can breach the Celebrities a few more times. I think this could be a pretty high-scoring afternoon, Andy.
Yeah, I think. Not sure it's going to be defences on top, put it that way.
Or any defences at all by the end. Aaron Johal launches it wide left. Here's Joe Warren Plant in the luminous yellow boots, having a run at Danny Simpson and having the tough tackling Mike Milligan coming at him, but Plant does well to maintain possession. Look at these boots on Sanchez Payne. He's going to have another go. Here's Jason Manford. Manford getting the better of Richie Wellens, but Hendry can get it away. Don't forget, if you'd like to donate this afternoon, you can donate £5 by texting 22MCR. That's 22MCR to 70085. 70085. So to donate £5, please text 22MCR to 70085. Jason Manford's having a blow, Andy. He's got through 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's done well. I think he'll stay there and have a watch now for the next maybe 65 minutes and then maybe make a comeback on with a bit to go as well. Pickard's gone off as well. Archie Kelly coming on for him.
Yeah, Archie Kelly and Callum Jones on. Archie Kelly into midfield, Callum Jones into centre half. He played there last year alongside Dom Lever. So Jones in there and on the ball now. The 2020 Love Island contestant, a scaffolder by trade from Manchester. And he slots in at centre half. And then Archie Kelly, number 19 in midfield, most famous for his role as Kenny Senior on Phoenix Nights, one of the brilliant fringe characters who played off Peter Kay in that outstanding comedy series. Archie Kelly, well known for his ability to lie, really, as Kenny Senior in that series. He drops into midfield.
What a show that was.
Genius, Andy. Yeah. Absolute genius. still makes me howl with laughter now, and I've seen every episode time and time again. Here's Jay Consell. Consell doing well, and Lloyd Griffith coming to the near post, and good keeping from Griffith, as Aaron Lee showed more than an interest in that, but Griffith gathering.
Well, it's a great run and great ball. Payne hitting a raking diag into the corner. Consell did really well to get there and crossed it. Aaron Lee expecting it to come into the middle. If he had just made a little step and got across the near post, I think he might have got there ahead of Lloyd Griffiths, but he does well to smother it.
Ritchie back to Michael Brown. Brown fancies a shot on sight. Ricky Hatton squares up to that and gets the block in. Getting a block on one of his once Manchester City heroes, Ricky Hatton. Here is Macken back to Richie Wellens. Dom Lever stepping in, but again the celebrities struggling really to get any possession for any length of time. Wellens to Macken. Oh, a slight stumble, I think, but no, he wins the corner. Aaron Johal not in agreement with the decision, but it will be another corner to the Legends.
Well, I thought that was a free kick on Johal. He nicked the ball away and was brought down, but referee gave the corner, taking it quickly, taking it short.
Into the feet of Macken. Brown to Macken to Brown. The City boys combining, and Michael Brown with the finish. Well, Brown and Macken combined for City many years ago, and they've not lost that intuitive understanding. And a really nice finish from Michael Brown, and it's 3-1 to the Legends.
Well, that's what I spoke about before, is that even though you think you're in a good position, you've just got to get close to people. Lovely little couple of 1-2s into the box. They could do that to anybody. And a nice finish as well, not easy. Just pulls it into the near post.
So the celebs, even with Paul Rahubka in goal, struggling to contain the Legends, a little bit like last year. The defence just a little bit too porous at the moment for the celebs. Here's Ricky Hatton, getting caught in possession by goal scorer Michael Brown. Macken to Danny Simpson, who only retired from professional football with Bristol City just over a year ago. And Simpson, I think, fancies a bit of the action, and he's put himself up front, moving in from right midfield, and he now makes his run. Dom Lever sees it, well covered.
Yeah, I think they're fairly fluid in attack, the Legends. One drops in, one goes forward. Simpson that time, I think it was Macken dropped into his position, Simpson taking his position. It's pretty much what Man City do, but at a slower pace.
Significantly slower. Archie Kelly, oh, nice touch to Ricky Hatton. Cut out by Milligan, back to Wellens. And Richie Wellens is certainly showing more skill than most at the moment. In the middle of the park, Milligan to Frank Sinclair. Wellens well forward once more. He's got Andy Ritchie alongside, but the linesman's flag up. And again,
so important that the celebs keep the ball when they get it back. If you give it away cheap, you're just chasing shadows.
Yeah, they've not been able to get Danny Miller in the game, have they, at all, Andy, so far?
No, he's had a couple of touches.
Yeah,
that's right. But if you keep giving it away, you keep chasing it, the more tired you get. You've got to keep the ball, make them work a little bit before you maybe go for that Hollywood pass.
Dwayne Chambers amongst the subs for the celebrities today. I think we'll definitely see him in the second half, if not before. Should bring some pace, running 100 metres in less than 10 seconds. He ought to be, you'd have thought, a good outlet.
We had a game, he said he had a game yesterday at Coventry, and then he's got a game tomorrow up at Sunderland.
Here's Aaron Johal. Good chance for Callum Jones, well forward. And Jones well forward to join that attack, but couldn't quite get his shot off. But once again, Johal getting forward well from the back. Dom Lever tidying this one up. Yeah, I mean, if Dwayne Chambers has got 3 matches in 3 days, Andy, you've got to manage your fitness
and manage your minutes. I think more than anything.
So.
Yeah, I think he said he would get a half if he could here, and then maybe a half tomorrow. All charity games, so brilliant of him to do it. He just said he loves it. Just says he absolutely adores it. He's good at running straight lines, but any zigzag stuff, he struggles a bit.
Here's Archie Kelly trying to play a floated cross, but not quite getting it right. The Northwest comedian. And once more, the Legends can carry it out of defence. Here's Clayton Blackmore, European Cup Winners' Cup winner with Manchester United, to Danny Simpson and to Blackmore again. And Simpson and Blackmore quite happy to knock the ball to one another. Simpson, a Premier League winner, of course, with Leicester City in 2016, regular right back under Claudio Ranieri in that incredible season for the Foxes. And Danny Simpson, you'd have thought, Andy, might play more minutes than many today for the Legends, seeing as he only retired from professional football last year.
Yeah, I can't believe he's retired, to be fair. At 36, you'd have thought he'd have maybe a couple of more years. Maybe he's just had enough. Maybe the body's packing up on him. He certainly looks mobile enough today. Still looks fit, good shape.
Michael Brown with plenty of room in the middle of the park. Here's Mike Milligan. And again, Mike Milligan to Wellens. Frank Sinclair getting away from Archie Kelly rather too easily. Sinclair's ball across. Michael Brown might fancy another one. And well read by Aaron Johal, getting back to dispossess John Macken. Michael Brown very unselfishly trying to play in Macken. But again, the Celebs can't get any sustained possession. Here's Milligan, middle of the park. More normally a wide left operator in his Oldham heyday. Andy Ritchie.
Well, it's a brilliant recovery run by Johal. You know, Macken at the back post just waiting to tap the thing in. Michael Brown, slow pass though to him. Enables him to get right back and nick the ball off him.
Blackmore's touch. Nice this from the Legends. Danny Simpson. Good block coming in from Callum Jones. And now Ricky Hatton with a bit of space. Oh, but he can't find the right pass. Brown. Blackmore from range. And easy for Paul Rahubka. It must be really nice today for Mike Milligan and Andy Ritchie to be in a dressing room at Boundary Park with Joe Royle sat with them again, Andy.
Oh, class, yeah, and fair play to Joe Royle. You know, he stepped into the breach when Sam Allardyce, unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends where you look at it, gets a job of trying to keep Leeds in the Premier League. But yeah, exactly what these pros will just miss, being in a changing room with their mates and players, and you didn't see a great warm-up. That's because they're catching up with each other, what they're doing. And it's just brilliant to have the opportunity to be able to do that.
Didn't see a great warm-up, and I didn't see any warm-up.
Yeah. I think the
First
sun's
time
the
I saw
warm-up.
most of them was when they walked out at kick-off. Free kick to the Celebrities. Some vocal support in the stand for the Celebrities. The fans here supporting the occasion today are keen to see plenty of competition. A couple of Love Island substitutes coming on here. We've got Ron Hall and Kai Fagan, both from Series 9, winner and runner-up, coming on. Ricky Hatton coming off. Getting a warm round of applause, the former world champion boxer at light welter and welterweight. 45 wins from 48 fights. He was some competitor in the ring, Ricky Hatton. And he has a break on the half hour. Now then, can the two Love Islanders get on the end of this perhaps? Aaron Johal's delivery goes beyond everyone, and it'll be a Legends goal kick.
Yeah, I texted my daughter before the game to say that we were in great company. Ron Hall and Kai from Love Island. My daughter loving that show. Couldn't believe it that I was even in the same football ground as them, never mind the greater Manchester area.
Sanchez Payne goes beyond Archie Kelly. Ron Hall cutting inside, back to Payne again on his left peg. Decent connection, but wide.
He's got a bit of pain. Hits a good ball, both feet. He's hit a couple of raking passes. He's scored with a great shot. Get the ball to him as much as you can. You might be able to unlock a couple of doors.
9 games and 1 goal for Bradford Park Avenue, Sanchez Payne, in 2016-17. So I played at a good level of non-league football back then.
Might well have played against him when I was at Tamworth. It was Bradford Park Avenue.
Yeah, same league, wouldn't it?
That's
as
right.
Tamworth at that time. Here's Richie Wellens, working ever so hard, Wellens, and Aaron Johal, who's had a very good opening half an hour or so for the Celebrities, doing well to usher that out of play.
Yeah, it's just the recovery runs from the central midfielders, leaving the Celebs really wide open. If the Legends get the ball into the strikers and then move past the midfielders, there's not too many recovery runs going from there, so it leaves you a bit open.
Ron Hall. Looking busy since he's come on. Certainly brought a bit of energy in midfield. The Love Island runner-up, financial advisor from Essex. Here is Sinclair to Mike Milligan. Andy Ritchie. J. Warren Plant trying to disrupt Michael Brown, but again, the Legends proving hard to knock off the ball in the middle third.
It's what they do so well, is just keep the ball, keep it moving. And what you don't notice is the amount of runs that the Celebs have to make to cover gaps, cover holes. At some point, somebody won't be able to make that run, and then they'll penetrate that hole that they've created.
Blackmore's ball across, beyond Wellens, Ritchie lurking, but Jay Consul gets on the end of it. And a throw into the Legends.
Yeah, it just takes it out of you, you know, not necessarily in the first 5 minutes either. You know, you see how long this game's going to go on. The harder it is to get anywhere close to these players as they roll it past you.
Brown loses out to Sanchez Payne, who wants the ball back and gets it. Now then, can Payne get the Celebrities forward line moving a bit? And a bit of miscommunication there. And Jones has put his team in a bit of trouble. Here's Wellens, a chance for him to get on the score sheet once more, perhaps. Still Richie Wellens. Plays in John Macken into the side netting. And John Macken couldn't supply the finish where it looked for all money. But John Macken might have been opening his account for the afternoon, but wide of Paul Rahubka's goal.
Again, Jahal and Don Lever doing really, really well. 2v1. Macken coming in on that right-hand side. They stay close, they stay narrow, so they don't give Richie Wellens a chance to get the shot off. He has to roll it to Macken, and then they're able to show him outside into, and he's not able to get the shot across.
Wellens to Danny Simpson, urged to shoot. Back towards Brown. And Michael Brown's cushioned header wide of the goal. Do you think Paul Rahubka had that covered, Andy?
Yeah, I don't think he quite got it right, Michael Brown. Looks like he came off his shoulder a little bit. Nice little one to the back post. Yeah, off his shoulder, so no real pace in it. He's able to just watch it go past on the outside of the post.
Over 550 appearances in a long career, Michael Brown. Manchester City, Sheffield United and Spurs amongst his clubs. It was a very successful pro career for a player whose career hadn't started too auspiciously. Sent off after coming on as a sub on his debut for Manchester City after just 10 minutes in a match against QPR. But things got quite a bit better for Michael Brown after that, Andy.
Start as you mean to go on.
Right, chance for Celebrities to get going. Working hard up the right wing. Kai Fagan doing well, the Love Islander, winner of Series 9, PE teacher by trade, and showing a bit of that athleticism there. Certainly the two Love Islanders have brought a bit of energy, Andy, since they've come on.
Yeah, a bit of youth. Youthful exuberance, a few fans behind us. But yeah, I think that's the one thing that the Celebs will have on the Legends, is that little bit of legs, that youthful sprite, that energy. Just got to use it in the right manner. Don't be too eager all the time. Be patient if you can and wait for your chance to go and press.
Here's Joe Warren Plant. Ball over the top, looking for Fagan to chase it. And Lloyd Griffith off his line quickly. Well, aside from probably, you'd have to say, being at fault for the Sanchez Payne goal. Lloyd Griffith's done well.
That's right, smothered one at the near post. He'd be really disappointed with the one that went under him because he probably could have just booted it out, never mind dive on it.
Danny Simpson skipping through the middle. Again, it's excellent cover from the athletic Aaron Johal, who's had a really good first half for the Celebs. But once more, they're in trouble again, having given the ball away. Michael Brown running into acres of space. Here's John Macken. Michael Brown wasn't there for the 1-2. I think he thought Macken was going to take it on himself.
Well, he should have done, really. Probably could have swept it in with his left foot. Great pass.
Ball through to Fagan to chase. Out his line comes Griffith, but Ron Hall picks it up. Chance for Hall, surely! He scores! Ron Hall and the two Love Islanders. Well, what a moment for them. Combining excellently in the build-up to the goal. Kai Fagan causing problems, and when Lloyd Griffith was caught off his line, Ron Hall was able to take advantage. It's Celebrities 2, Legends 3.
Well, it was a brilliant pass down the centre of the pitch. And to be fair to both of them, they've followed in as well. Lloyd Griffiths looking to take a little chance to nick it across to Hendry. Hendry didn't know that Ron Hall was coming from behind him on the blind side, and Ron Hall nicked it off him. Great press, and then all he has to do is pass it into an empty net past Griffiths, which he does with aplomb.
Well, the Celebs working hard to stay in this game. Peter Reid, their manager, was desperate to be more competitive this time, predicting a 4-3 win in the match programme. That probably is unlikely. I'm not sure that this defence is going to hold out and not concede again in the next 53 minutes or so, but certainly they've shown they can find the back of the net, and this man Sanchez Payne started them on that journey with the opening goal. Can they get themselves back on level terms before the interval? Here is Joe Warren Plant. Ron Hall winning the free kick. Please keep your donations coming. You can text 22MCR to 70085. That's 22MCR7 to 70085, and that will donate £5 to the Manchester Remembers cause. The money to be split between 5 fantastic charities today who provide support and opportunities for young people to achieve their dreams in a variety of fields, including music, sport and the arts. So to contribute to that pot, please text 22MCR to 70085, and doing that will donate £5. Thank you very much. Here is Callum Jones in possession once more for the Celebrities, bringing in Jay Consul. Celebrities having a good spell in the game at the moment. Consul's attempted cross. Is it going to spin out for a corner? Still they continue to attack. Consul trying to link up with Callum Jones, but the Legends can get it out of trouble.
I thought Callum Jones could have been a bit more positive there. He's in the box. He's laid it off, decided to lay it off to Consul.
Sanchez Payne. Denied by the boot of Wes Brown. Oh, lovely touch from Richie Wellens. He's showing all his trickery in this first half. The former Manchester United trainee who had an illustrious career mainly with Blackpool. Back to Frank Sinclair. And now Andy Ritchie. Time on the ball again for Ritchie.
Game's just slowed down a little bit, hasn't it? Just before half-time, 40 minutes in the sun. Taking it out of the boys a little bit.
Blackmore to Michael Brown, who's been busy with Wellens in the heart of the Legends engine room in this first half. Wes Brown well forward for the first time. Sinclair in a lot of space wide left. Here is Frank Sinclair's delivery. Turned away and on by Hall up to Fagan. Now then, 2-on-2 here, and Ron Hall joining the attack. Fagan looks like he fancies a shot from distance. Fagan still going, looking to go right the way through. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. Referee Daniel Sykes not happy that Kai Fagan was pulling the shirt of the covering Danny Simpson, and it will be a Legends free kick.
Well, Ron Hall did really well on the edge of his box, but I think he could keep going. If he keeps going, they're 3v2 rather than the 2v2. Fagan trying to dribble in between. I think if Hendry had got him, it would have been a free kick. Just watching that again. Skips past Hendry there. Look, whoa, he just misses him. That is a pull on Simpson, so the free kick was right. But if Hendry had got any sort of contact on him, I think that was going to be a free kick.
Archie Kelly's laid off to Jay Consul. Consul looking to go long to Danny Miller, who continues to struggle for service in this game. You could see last year he certainly was one of the better Celebrities players, but not managed to get involved as much as he'd have liked so far.
Yeah, he's not seen a great deal of the ball. Really difficult, though, from those long balls there. The experienced legends, they know exactly where to stand, just to gauge the flight of it, whether it needs to go through to the keeper.
Sinclair to Richie Wellens. Richie back to Wellens. 3 minutes plus a little bit of injury time left in this opening 45, as once more Mike Milligan, who had 2 spells at Oldham in their real golden era under Joe Royal, but gives that one away. And Ron Hall looking for Kai Fagan, cut out by Danny Simpson. Back to Simpson again from Milligan, and here's Brown. Brown continues his run, looking for that clever back heel from Frank Sinclair.
Really pleasantly surprised by the Celebs this time. They've really hung in there when things were a little bit difficult in that first 30 minutes. They've really grown into the game, and the 2 younger boys from Love Island, they've really given them a little bit of energy and pace about them. Got themselves back in this game.
Yeah, Kai Fagan and Ron Hall didn't feature last year, but I fully agree, Andy. They've certainly been a very positive addition since they've come on.
If they can look forward, certainly got the legs on the central 2. That second goal for the Celebs showing that. If you could play forward and run in behind, stretches the pitch, then that should give you a little bit more time to play behind them.
Bit of time at the back for the Legends to compose themselves through Dom Lever and to Callum Jones. Payne's through ball is a good one to Danny Miller. Now then, chance for Danny Miller to try and link up play here. Here's Archie Kelly. Kelly trying to get the ball through, but couldn't execute the pass. Pity really, because again the Celebs had a few players forward there.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity.
Fagan doing well, looking hungry. Fagan looking to sweep it wide to Aaron Johal, couldn't quite execute the pass, and Wellens can carry it out.
You work so hard to get the thing back, then you just give it away cheaply. Just make a pass. You've done your job by pressing and getting the ball back, and just keep the ball for your team.
Brown back to Danny Simpson, middle of the park. Swept wide to Frank Sinclair, and it will be a throw-in to the Celebrities. Payne. Time on the ball for the goal scorer, who got the early equaliser, but Archie Kelly again struggling there. And it will be a throw into the Legends as this first half winds down. Brown to Sinclair. Macken to Simpson. Celebs will be desperate not to concede here, just on the cusp of half-time, and keep it just a 1-goal deficit. Richie to Simpson. Blackmore well forward. Johal comes to try and deal with it. And the Celebs manage, mainly through the work of Aaron Johal, to get that one out. And that is half-time at Boundary Park. A shrill blast from referee Daniel Sykes on his whistle. So a recap of the opening 45 minutes. It was Andy Ritchie tapping in who gave the Legends the lead in the 6th minute, before Sanchez Payne's shot from distance levelled matters as the ball went under the body of Lloyd Griffith for 1-1 after 16 minutes. Then a Richie Wellens penalty, probably debatable, a couple of minutes later restored the Legends lead. Michael Brown then took it out to 3-1 after a neat 1-2 with John Macken in the 23rd minute. And then Ron Hall pulling one back for the Celebrities 8 minutes before the interval to make it Celebrities 2, Legends 3 at the break. Andy, your reflections on the opening 45?
Well, I've been very impressed with the celebs. They've hung in there when they've needed to, when things were tricky and very, very hard at the start, with the Legends moving the ball really quickly. And they hung in there. They went behind, but they grafted, they stuck in there, and they're able to nick a goal near the end to make it 3-2, and they've given themselves a real lifeline and a chance in this second half, and hopefully they'll hope that their younger legs and their energy might be able to take them through to the final whistle.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it went to 3-1 after 23 minutes and Michael Brown did that 1-2 with John Macken to finish, I did fear the worst a bit for the Celebrities, but in the second half of the first half, if you look at that way, 22 minutes that have passed since then, the Celebrities have won that 1-0, so it has been a bit of a change in momentum.
Yeah, it does look like the Legends have got maybe a gear or two that they could go into if necessary, but you've got to hang in there, you've got to be in it, and you've got to have a chance of winning this second half, and they've certainly done that. Ron Hall with that, their second goal was brilliant. He pressed really well, really nice pass through, and he was able to pick up the second balls and put it into an empty net, so game on.
Looking at the benches for the second half, Lee Trundle, we know, is still in good shape for the Legends to come on, Andy. We know that Will Haining's on the bench as well as an extra defender to come on, Gavin McCann in midfield. So there's quality for Joe Royal to turn to on the bench. And you'd have to say that as the second half wears on, we're likely to see those players. Yeah, definitely. I think they'll always look to play a half minimum. Andy Holt, one we thought might start, but will look to probably come on in that second half. He ended up playing the whole game last year and he didn't want to sit down at half time because he would stiffen up and not be able to come back out. But yeah, I think we'll see 3 or 4 new faces at the second half just to give a little bit of a freshness to the Legends. But I think the same with the Celebrities as well, and so they'll be looking to take it to them and see who can come out on top in that second half. Andy Morrell, formerly of Coventry City, Blackpool and Wrexham, thank you very much indeed for your analysis. We'll look forward to hearing more from you in the second half, but let me go to the touchline now because Joe McGrath is with Sanchez Payne, one of the goal scorers for the Celebrities in the first half.
I am with Sanchez, and he is the goal scorer, an absolute legend who took his strike perfectly. How was your first half?
Do you know what it is? I'm really enjoying it. The ex-pro in me is coming out, man, so I know I'm demanding, but I love the game, man. I love this game so much. I'm so happy to be able to pull on my boots again for an amazing cause, and I'm just trying to give everything, man. I'm trying to leave it all out there on the pitch.
And when it comes to actually playing against these legends, is anyone surprised you? Like, they've still got it.
It doesn't surprise me. I've been an ex-pro. It's in their DNA, their touch, their movement. You just have to sit back in awe sometimes, but in a game like this, I'll sit back in awe when the game's done. While the game's on, you've seen I've been putting in some tackles, man. I must have had the most tackles so far. So no respect on the pitch, but when afterwards I'm going to be like, oh my days, that was mad.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
What do you think about the second half then? What do you think might change so you can still get back in it? It's not 100%. Far away.
Do you know what it is? We have to respect the Celebrities. Not everyone's footballers, and the fitness they've really tried, but you can tell the Legends don't give the ball away. So when we give the ball away and then we can't come back, it comes to bite us in the bum. But we've got more legs on it now. And effort, man. Everyone's trying. We can't fault the effort. So we have to give it 100%. Again, this day is part of history. We can't let it come and go without leaving our heart on that pitch. So that's all we've got to do. And I fancy our chances, man.
Wonderful. And it's a big family event as well. As you can see, the stands are packed. But I know you've got some of your loved ones here watching. It must be a good moment to get that goal.
Oh, do you know what it is? It's amazing, man. I said I'm going to get a few shots off, but then I've been a bit unselfish. Second half, I'm not turning them down. I'm getting these shots off because you never know what a goal can do. And I got my one. I got my little 10-month baby girl here, my mum, my missus, my sister, my dad, my cousin. So I'm just so happy to represent them, represent Manchester Remembers, and be on this pitch, man. It's a blessing.
Well, thank you very much. Go in and go join the team at half-time. So, if you've just joined in, this is the Manchester Remembers game. It started in 2022. It was an amazing event, so they've done it again. We're here at Oldham Stadium, and it is rammed, full of people soaking up the moment, but also here to see a really, really good game of football. Celebs versus the Legends. Half-time is 4-2, and if you stick here on this, you'll get the second half. It's not just me. Danny's here. Oh, it's 3-2. I thought it was 4-2.
Get it right, Joe. I
thought it was 4. I didn't give the Legends an upper hand. They don't need it. Me and you are here with the wonderful people in the audience. It's an amazing event.
It's good fun, isn't it? And I know that everyone's having a nice time. I'm just glad it's not raining.
Yes.
But yeah, there was some good goals scored there. When Ron came on from Love Island, he stepped it up a notch.
Yeah, if you didn't see the first half, we've got comedians, we've got Emmerdale stars, we've got royalty stars such as like Steve Royal.
Yes.
He's not even made an appearance yet.
He's got a royal name, so that's good enough, isn't it? My son's ringing me over and over again.
Hey, listen, if you want to donate, here's how you can.
Training's going all right. I mean, essentially it is all just getting to know who's playing this year, what the ability is, and well, as you can see, it's mixed.
Do you know what? It's been good fun this morning. I was a bit apprehensive about coming here. I haven't played in a while. The kitchen's been calling, but you know, I've got here, seen the guys, some of the guys from last year as well. We've had a good bit of banter. It's nice to be about.
The Legends team's looking strong, but the Celebs have got some young blood in there now. So in terms of fitness and effort and enthusiasm, they'll definitely have that again. So try and get them playing a bit better football, the Celebs maybe, and working out who we might target, etc.
In these games as an ex-footballer, I think you're always scared that a celebrity might nutmeg you or something by accident. Hopefully, there's a load of goals and a load of excitement, because I think that's what everyone wants to see, really.
It's a real entertaining day. I mean, and last year you had families coming down that just had it's not just the game itself, but being able to meet the players, being able to meet the celebrities and stuff.
Well, Steve Royal might score a goal like he did last year, to be fair.
Even about 2 minutes later, it hadn't sunk in that I'd actually scored. I think you can see my reaction. I hadn't planned a celebration, which is unlike me. I mean, showbiz. I should have done a proper full-on one, shouldn't I? But I didn't know what to do, and I just stood there and they got hoisted aloft by Blossom.
It's going to be a great day because I guarantee it's going to be warm that day. You're going to have a lot of laughs. There's a lot of big names there. You've got Jason Manford, you've got Sam Allardyce, you've got Peter Reid, you've got the Wes Browns, you've got myself, who's not really that famous, but I'll pretend to be.
Come down, friends, family, the kids. It's going to be a fun day, special day.
Everyone just comes out, enjoys themselves, sees a nice bit of music, hopefully a great game of football, maybe a bit closer than last year's result, with a bit of luck.
It will be.
And just, we just want people to turn out in numbers, have a great time and enjoy themselves.
It's been a great atmosphere. This is Laura looking very bright and sunshiny.
Yeah.
I know you're glad you put your T-shirt on, aren't you?
Stand out from the crowd.
It was overcast this morning and then it's gone nice, hasn't it?
Lovely. Nice sunny day in Oldham.
Oh, yeah. Which you can't say often, because I'm normally sat there. So you've enjoyed yourself, Laura?
Yeah, loving it. Great day for the kids. Everyone's getting involved. It's been brilliant.
And who have you brought with you?
I brought my 2 boys, my mum and dad.
Yeah. Brought them all? Yeah. That's all right. And what about your connection here? Is it a connection to Manchester Remembers? Is it a connection to Oldham?
A bit of everything, really. Yeah, we knew 2 of the ladies. And then just being from Oldham as well, just being a nice day.
What do you think this means to the people of Manchester? Do you think it's important we remember?
Yeah, of course we remember, yeah. We'll never forget. So, yeah, it's just...
When we did the balloons, I had a little cry, because I do that for my little girl who died. I do that. We do the little balloon thing, so I had a minute.
Yeah, we have to keep them alive, don't we? We have to keep them alive. Nice.
We have to say the names, it's important. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me. So enjoy the rest of your day. Here's Joe.
Hi, I'm Jo Blythe and I'm giving 100% of my support to the Legends team at this year's Manchester Remembers event. You can support the event by texting 22MCR to 70085 and that will donate £5 to some very special charities associated with the Manchester Arena bombings. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Half-time then here at Boundary Park. If you're just joining us, it's the Celebrities 2, the Legends 3 at half-time. And we've got a chance now to look back through the goals in that first half in the company of my co-commentator, Andy Morell. And, of course, the Legends open the scoring, Andy, with this Andy Ritchie tap-in.
Yeah, it's a great block by Dom Lever, but Rubchuka goes for the first one, doesn't get a chance to get up because Andy Ritchie's there to just put it in with his left foot.
Sanchez Payne then equalising, shot from distance. Got to say, Lloyd Griffith perhaps could have done better, Andy.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed, won't he?
Richie Wellens then making it 2-1 from the spot. Questionable penalty, you'd have to say. Foul by Aaron Lee in the eyes of the referee. And then a nice 1-2 and Michael Brown finishing.
Yeah, great little relationship there with the 2 Man City boys to score. And then Ron Hall doing great, goes pressing it for the second goal for the Celebs and gets his rewards.
Look at that celebration as well between those two bezies from Love Island this year, Series 9, winner Kai Fagan and runner-up Ron Hall combining for that goal. Lloyd Griffith rather caught out of his net and gave the opportunity to get the Celebrities back into this game. So 3-2 at half-time to the Legends. Celebrities, though, still very much in contention in this game. We'll have to see whether Peter Reid has got the answers for them in the second half, potentially from the bench. We know we're going to see Dwayne Chambers to bring a bit of pace. Andy, you went into the dressing room beforehand, and Dwayne Chambers perhaps gave you limited hope by the fact that he kind of ruled himself out in certain directions on the field of play. Tell us about that.
Well, rather than straight forward, he can run straight, he said, so anything forward and dribbling straight, I'm all right, but any change of direction, it's very, very difficult for him, and he struggles a little bit, which isn't a surprise, really, with his 100 metres, is it?
Yeah, used to running in lane 4 or lane 5, very fast in a straight line, but not quite so easy if you're trying to change direction to get on the opportunity of a through ball. We've got an opportunity to look at Aaron's tumble, which is on the screen now. So let's have a little bit of look at this one. Aaron Lee, organiser of Manchester Remembers, clattering there. Look at that.
That's a yellow for the lino, isn't it?
Yeah, Lino did well. What, do you think the Lino brought him down?
I think he took a little tap. Yeah, yellow. Look, he's saying it was a touch.
Well, we're ready for the second half. Aaron Lee, maybe that's why he came off so early, Andy. I didn't connect the two events, but that might have been why he came off. You know, as ever, committed to the cause, Aaron Lee, in every respect to this event, both as organiser and player. So we'll have to work out who's come on at half-time now. We know that Rob Lang is out there, number 78, whose family own Glossop Caravans. He sponsored his place in the side last year. I think he bid about £10,000 to play, and he's been contributing again to the event this year. So Rob Lang is on for the second half.
Dwayne Chambers as well.
Dwayne Chambers is on as well, number 11. So the Celebrities are out, and now we have the Legends coming out to join them. Yeah, we're going to have a look now at a message from Dwayne Chambers encouraging you to support today's event.
Hey guys, on Sunday, the 7th of May at 3 p.m, Oldham Athletic Stadium will be hosting the Manchester Remembers charity football match. Hope you guys can be there. You know what? I'm going to be taking myself off the track. No more running 10 seconds. I'm going to be last in 90 minutes, well, at least I hope to anyway, in aid of families who have lost valuable ones in the Manchester bombings. For those of you that can donate, please do so. And if you're not able to donate, donate in person by being there to support. Hope you guys can make it. Thanks a lot.
Do what you can, folks. If you're able to put a £5 in the pot, that would be hugely helpful, as Dwayne says. 22 MCR to 70085 to donate £5. It would really make all the difference to today's fundraising effort. Colin Manford, I can see, is on, wearing 5 for the second half for the Celebrities. And the Legends ready to get the game restarted. Dwayne Chambers looks like he's come on at left back. That appears to be his position at the moment. I'm sure things will remain quite fluid, Andy, for the second half. What else have you spotted in terms of changes in personnel?
Yeah, I've just had a look. The Legends look like Andy Holt and Will Haining are going to play centre halves. Simpson on the right and Gavin McCann on the left. And then Trundle. There's also Trevor Sinclair's shirt is out on somebody up front, but I don't know who's in it.
I
it's
just
not
had
Trevor.
the same thought. We knew Trevor was out today. We knew he was going to wear 28. But if we can confirm who that is, we certainly will through this second half. In long conversation with Aaron Johal, but we're not sure at the moment. That is certainly not T. Sinclair, but we'll try and find out who that is for you and let you know. But it looks like we're pretty much ready to get the second half underway. Referee Daniel Sykes certainly won't necessarily be in Aaron Lee's Christmas card list after that penalty went against the Celebrities number 22 in the first half, but we're away in the second half. And Michael Brown in possession at the start of it. There's also a man wearing 8.
Nicky Butt's shirt. It doesn't look like Nicky Butt.
Legends, who is not Nicky Butt. So we'll try and close down who 8 and 28 are for you with a bit of help from one or two of our wider team at the ground today, hopefully. So if we can confirm that to you, we will. Here is Frank Sinclair finding Will Haining. Danny Simpson. And now Michael Brown in midfield to Richie Wellens. Andy Holt wearing 11 for the Legends, moving across to take that ball forward. Frank Sinclair, though, will have this throw for the Legends at the start of the second half. Sun has rather gone in, which I'm sure the players will be pleased about, Andy Morrell.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a warm one in the first half. The players will love it that have just come out for this second half and haven't played the first half. They've had the choice. They've come out. Truns will be devastated though, because he loves the sun more than anybody.
Brown to Wellens. 28, who we shall call trialist for now, in the absence of a better name than that, in good old English Association football pre-season friendly type territory. Here's Michael Brown, and he's offside. Now then, chance for Kai Fagan to come forward. Fagan with a bit of space onto his left foot, and the shot didn't quite match the promise. And good effort from Kai Fagan again, causing problems in the Celebrities forward line.
Yeah, I think he would have preferred it on his right foot. Dribble 1v1, he does well, drags it onto his left foot, just doesn't get any firm strike on it, any good connection. Lloyd Griffiths comfortable, picks it up. The Celebs have come out with a really good attitude, and I think they've still got a chance in this game.
Forward by Jay Consul, looking for Sanchez Payne, who we heard from at half-time with Joe McGrath. Payne looking to keep the Celebrities moving forward. Ron Hall's ball forward, looking for Kai Fagan. And now Dwayne Chambers, first chance to see a touch from him.
Good clearance. Lloyd Griffiths putting his foot behind it, hitting the halfway line. Don't think I'd have to be able to do that at the minute.
Flick on by Ron Hall, up to Fagan. Legends, though, win it back. Wellens looking to try and get Gavin McCann released, former Sunderland and Aston Villa midfielder, who's on at left midfield for the Legends. Consul getting away down the right for the Celebs. Legends, though, back in possession once more with Wellens. Lee Trundle wearing 9, looking to try and move around that forward line area. Still playing for Ammanford in the Cymru South League in South Wales at the ripe old age of 46.
Yeah, I think it suits him. He's ambassador for Swansea.
Here is Trundle working his way through. Frank Sinclair well forward, but Legends managed to deal with it at the back.
Yeah, with his commitments for Swansea, I think they play on a Friday night, Ammanford, so he can go and play. The level's not.
Here goes Trundle into the penalty area. Trundle gets the shot away, and Rahubka does well to deny him and to land on the loose ball.
Well, Truns looks in better shape than he did when I played with him 20 years ago.
Is that really right?
He's bulked out, top half. I think he gets in the gym quite a bit. He has a bit of time to himself. He trains hard. I think he's also part of a consortium, owns a goals five-a-side pitches and stuff. So he's got plenty going on. Still loves football like he did like a little kid.
Here's Wellens. Chance to thread it through. Real opportunity here for McCann, but it was a heavy touch and easy for Rahubka.
A beautiful pass by Wellens. Just inside the fullback. Can't quite turn his body. Good run by McCann on the overlap. Just a heavy touch, and Rubchuka comes out and smothers it.
Here's Wellens. Trundle looking for that through ball, but decent cover initially from Callum Jones, then gets himself in a bit of a pickle, and free kick coming after a foul by Rob Lang.
Again, it's just making sure that when you do get that ball back off these legends, you keep it. The celebrities need to make sure they make a pass.
Taken quickly, and too quickly.
Yeah, referee had blown his whistle, so he's got to get his wall sorted. Quick thinking by the legends, but referee having none of it.
Now then, free kick to the legends as the sun comes out once again in North Manchester. Good crowd here today, around about 4,000 tickets sold. Opportunity for fans to see the game, get selfies with the stars, and also, most importantly of all, contribute to the fundraising effort for these 5 fantastic charities. It's beautifully flicked from Wellens, flicked on by McCann, miskicked by Callum Jones, and somehow the celebs get it away. Colin Manford helping it on its way, who I think is playing in his specs. Something you don't tend to see too often in anything vaguely resembling professional football. Yep, Colin Manford definitely playing in his glasses. I don't think he's going to be heading too many balls. Here's Danny Simpson. Now Trundle on the right. Back to Richie Wellens. Trundle. Got a couple of options, but dispossessed by Sanchez Payne. And here goes Colin Manford, using
Console
the
going
Jet
as
Li
well.
style spectacles, and surely Kai Fagan was well offside, and indeed he was.
Yeah, just chose the wrong pass. Just need an extra touch because Console was coming on the overlap. Trying to create that 3v2. Fagan gone early. Well offside. Legends too cute for that. Able to just step up. See, he hadn't made the pass, or wasn't able to make that pass.
Now we have identified one of these unexpected Legends substitutes, and that is that number 8 is Leyton Orient assistant manager Paul Terry. And here's an opportunity for McCann, and that is pulled wide. But yes, number 8 this afternoon, expected to be Nicky Butt. Nicky Butt couldn't be with us, but just in shot there, you can see that is Paul Terry, assistant to Richie Wellens at Leyton Orient, in the crowd this afternoon as they make their way to Bradford City tomorrow. And a very handy substitute to bring on.
I bet he didn't foresee that.
Former
travelling up
Yeovil Town
yesterday.
player. Yes,
that's right. Yep.
So Paul Terry wearing 8. Yeah, is that the kind of call-up that you look forward to as a former player, Andy, or do you kind of dread?
Well, in your head,
yeah,
you'd think, oh, it'd be a chance if I do get a call. You know, I'd join in, but then the reality hits that I've got to actually run about, and then your body gives up on you.
Here's Rob Lang. Terry knocks it forward to our number 28 trialist. Here it goes Richie Wellens. Wellens looking to try and pick up the run of the trialist. Here it goes Wellens. Once more showing some touches. Goes to his assistant manager Terry. McCann. And at the start of this second half, the Legends enjoying the best of the possession again. Celebrities struggling to get a foothold at the moment. Lang in pursuit of that one. Tied it up by Haining at the back, and all Legends at this point. Michael Brown, goal scorer in the first half. To the trialist. Turned forward though. Kai Fagan in pursuit. Lloyd Griffith is off his line quickly.
Good start position. On the edge of his box, ready to come out. Any through balls, he can come out and snuff away that sweeper keeper role. Does really well. Little cute little outside of the foot pass to Haining to keep his team possession. Doesn't just boot it.
Throw in then to the legends. Brown back to McCann, and now Lee Trundle into the penalty area looking for Paul Terry, but Joe Howell gets it out for the Celebs. Sanchez Payne holding off Gavin McCann, legitimately in the eyes of the referee, but once more the Celebs just can't get it out of their own danger area. Ball played through by Lee Trundle. Here's the opportunity, off the post, and Wellens follows it up. Well, it looked like the opportunity had been missed, but as the ball ricocheted back off Rahubka's post, Richie Wellens, for the second time this afternoon, is on the score sheet. And once again, the gap goes out to 2 clear goals. It's the Celebrities 2, Legends 4.
Thought Consul had done enough to get back, but great touch by a trialist. And a little back heel onto the post, and it just falls really invitingly for Richie Wellens just to poke home from inside the 6-yard box.
So the trialist doing well. Emily and the team are working really hard to find out who this player is, but at the moment
he's got a bit.
He's proving elusive in being named, but he looks a player, doesn't he, Andy?
Yeah,
he looks
yeah.
like someone who's probably played a bit.
Yeah, maybe another Leyton Orient connection in there if they've come to watch their gaffer. Good size.
Well, we'll keep trying to identify who the trialist is, but he played his part in that goal, and his cheeky back heel almost put him on the score sheet. Here's Chambers, forced back by Danny Simpson, but looks tidy on the ball, Dwayne Chambers, Andy, doesn't he, from his few touches so far?
No, he's done really well.
Bit of hesitation there. Frank Sinclair getting in a bit of trouble. Ron Hall looking to put pressure on Will Haining. Oh, Will Haining showing
lovely
all his class. And the Legends get out of trouble. Here's Andy Holt, former Oldham Athletic player, of course, getting his chance to once more grace Boundary Park. Danny Simpson. Loads of time for Richie Wellens. He'll be eyeing up a hat-trick now, having scored 2 of the 4 that have gone in so far for the Legends. Andy Ritchie and Michael Brown with the others. Time for Dom Lever. Another of the Love Island connections in the Celebrities team. Here's Jay Consul from Emmerdale, trying to keep that one in. It'll be a Legends throw.
Well, Payne's been influential in the Celebs. He's been spraying it about, pressed really well. Tackled, obviously scored the first. He looks a player.
Yeah, he had every aspiration to be a Leeds United footballer. Came through their academy scheme, had that one appearance on the bench for the first team, but when it didn't work out for him, went out to a hotel in Ibiza and worked as a VIP host, made some connections and started to forge a career in the media, which has now taken him to BBC Radio Leeds as the Legends come forward again with a trialist, but decent cover from that man Sanchez Payne. It will be a Legends throw. It's not Prince Harry, is it? It looks vaguely like him. Here's Trundle. Ball comes in from Simpson. Gavin McCann looking to get on the end of that one.
I thought I was offside, but nothing doing from the linesman.
Throw in taken quickly. Here's Sinclair. And Sanchez Payne can pick up on the edge of the box. And here is the bespectacled Colin Manford. Up to Kai Fagan. Fagan looking to turn, but Paul Terry winning that back. Showing all his experience from Leyton Orient and Yeovil Town days. Richie Wellens, training ground stuff from him. Joe Howell playing more centrally in this second half. Swung wide. Now can Consul have a run at this? He can keep it in. Here goes Jay Consul. Kai Fagan well forward. Ron Hall forward as well. Colin Manford was the target, but Danny Simpson read that rather too easily.
Yeah, wrong choice of cross. The two Love Island boys were making their way into the box. You just put it in that corridor, make the keeper make a decision. Decides to pull it back to Colin Manford, and Simpson's able to read that and snuff out any danger.
Ball forward from the trialist is looking for Lee Trundle, who of course made his name in particular at Swansea City. 78 goals for them, Lee Trundle, in a very successful career that started at the Vetchfield and then continued at the Liberty Stadium. Here's Dwayne Chambers. Can't connect with Ron Hall. Acknowledges the misplaced pass, Chambers. But the Celebrities back in possession, just starting to get a little bit of a foothold now in this second half after struggling for much of the first 10 minutes or so of it. Manford to Fagan. Fagan in the luminous green boots. Back to Sanchez Payne, who runs into a lot of white shirts. Still going, Payne, but Simpson can carry it out. And once more, the Legends can get it clear. And here is Trundle, and he's one-on-one. And he's got Richie Wellens arriving. Wellens tries a shot from distance. He's already had to run a long way to pick that ball up. Didn't think he fancied running much further.
That's right, the longest 1-2 in football. And he saw it, and he just... Yeah, I think he saw the other two boys coming back on their recoveries and decided to go for the lob, I think, just didn't get it right. Probably in his heyday would have been able to take that on another couple of steps and have his shot from the edge of the box, but not in a hot day in Oldham.
Sanchez Payne swings it left to Dwayne Chambers. Now then, what can Chambers do with a bit of space to work with? I'm sure the crowd will be itching to see him have a run and see how fast he can run with the ball at his feet. Manu Munst finished 4th in the Olympic final. Picked up medals in a range of international athletics events as the UK's #1 sprinter in life after Linford Christie. And it goes the trialist again. Michael Brown skipping clear into plenty of space. Dom Lever for company. Simpson is the target. Simpson back to Terry. Terry looking for the 1-2 that didn't come. Wellens. Lots of time on the ball here for the Celebs. Back to Paul Terry. Wellens once more orchestrating things. Nice dummy. Celebrities chasing shadows a bit.
They're just toying them with them, aren't they? They're just making little one-touch passes, moving the ball really quickly. Celebrities can't make a tackle on anyone.
Here's Will Haining, former Oldham man. St Mirren sweeps it across to Wellens. Is he going to have a shot at goal, looking for his hat-trick? Brown. Wellens continues his run, takes a tumble. Brown again, and it's cut out by Aaron Johal. Now, can the Celebrities get some joy here with a lot of white shirts committed upfield for the Legends? Johal to Colin Manford. Manford's got a pass on to Kai Fagan if he can play him in. Appeal up for the offside, and indeed it was. And I think probably 2 or 3 of the Celebs offside there. That one won't count.
Well, I think Chambers had left it. Johal behind him was probably onside. Maybe Fagan gone a little early from the pass. The Legends know, though, that when they just step up, Celebs need to just be a little more clever with the run, take a step and then go.
Frank Sinclair offside on the far side. And that will give a bit of respite for the Celebrities. Looks like Richie Wellens' race might be run. We might see him again, of course, for another cameo, but Wellens, having scored twice and shown a lot of lovely touches, makes way for John Macken.
Well, he's been exceptional, hasn't he? At the heart of everything that the Legends have done. Moved the ball really well, scored a couple of goals, created umpteen chances for them. He'll be right in there for player of the match at the end, I would have thought.
Dom Lever not able to keep that one in. Frank Sinclair with the throw. Please keep your donations coming. That's what today is all about. I'll give you the details in just a moment as Lee Trundle looks to go through, but he's offside. So to donate £5 today, please text 22MCR to 70085. And that is 22 MCR to 70085. You can see the graphic on the screen now, and that will donate £5. And if you're able to give more than that, then of course please text as many times as you are able, as we try and raise as much money as possible for 5 fantastic charities set up in the wake of the Manchester bombing. Here's the trialist, and he scuffs his shot.
Good work by McCann and Truns out on that left-hand side. Good early cross. Just tries to tee off on it, does the trialist, rather than just taking a big side foot and getting a good contact on it.
Well, we've identified who the 28 is. Thank you to Emily and the team who've worked hard to identify that it's Matt Harold, who was quite a prolific lower league striker. I think
Absolutely.
He was also
that's right.
Yeovil as well, from memory.
Yes.
And I think Orient as a player.
Yep.
I'm assuming now part of the Orient coaching staff. So thank you to Emily and the team for their hard work to put a name to a face. Matt Harold, number 28, and multiple changes for the Celebrities team. Rob Lang taking a blow after 20 minutes of hard work. Steve Royal is on, number 14. Scorer, of course, last year with that tremendous first-time shot. Simon Wood, MasterChef winner. He is on. 2015 it was that Simon Wood shot to fame, and he's got his Wood Manchester restaurant that he has then developed further. Here's Danny Miller. Miller didn't have much chance in the first half, but what a touch to start his second appearance. Lovely finish from Danny Miller. He's only just come on, and Danny Miller immediately showing his quality, lobbing Lloyd Griffith, and the Celebs are back in it as we hit 67 minutes. It's the Celebrities 3, the Legends 4.
Well, that's what fresh legs can give you. Really nice pass by Consul. Just drops it over the back
Miller didn't have much chance in the first
of Haining, and he takes it really well. Lloyd Griffith sort of makes up his mind, but it's on his, comes across his body. Left foot, needs to get a big contact on it, big surface, and just side foots it into the roof of the net. Very, very tidy finish.
Colin Hendry coming back on as part of the rolling subs for Frank Sinclair, as they continue to ring the changes on the two benches. I think Aaron Lee won't be far from getting himself back on. Only had a relatively short amount of game time so far, the captain for the Celebrities. So 3-4 then as we move into the final quarter of the match.
Well, by now we'd got what, 15 players on for the Celebs last time, so you have to give credit where credit's due. They've really hung in there, and they have created a couple of chances that could have maybe tied it up, but they keep going, and they keep thinking they've got a chance of winning this.
There's Steve Royal. What an assured touch from the Britain's Got Talent third place man. Here's Danny Miller. Bit of reinvigoration for the Celebs now. Don't think Joe Howe quite intended that, but it got through to Consul. Consul's delivery innocuous in the end.
Yeah, just overhit that. A little bit more belief. Again, the fresh legs making a difference. Steve Royal just spoke to him before the game, and he was hoping to recreate another worldie of a goal like he hit last year. But that goal has certainly given them a little bit of belief that they can maybe go on and get something out of this game.
Matt Harold is indeed part of the coaching setup at Leyton Orient, so this very handy connection of Leyton Orient's players and coaches coming to see manager Richie Wellens in action this afternoon has certainly helped strengthen the squad for the Legends. Here's Michael Brown looking to restore the 2-goal advantage, and he does. Rahubka beaten low to his right, and suddenly it's a 2-goal gap again.
Well, it's a great second ball, good header by Jones, but it's Michael Brown who nicks it on the edge of the box, and you don't have to smash it. Sometimes you can just pass it into the net, and that's what Michael Brown does, just past Chubbs, no chance in the Celebs goal.
Now this is the challenge that the Celebs have had, Andy, isn't it? Every time they've got a goal back in this game, the Legends have generally gone up the other end and restored their advantage again.
That's right. You're at your most vulnerable when once you've scored, and you have to keep it tight for that 5 minutes, get the ball back as quickly as you can, and to have that momentum. And they did do that. The Celebs had a bit of momentum, but then just the quality that the Legends have and that reading of the play just gets them over that line potentially. Yeah, Matt Harold, Wycombe Wanderers, is that right?
It is indeed, Andy.
That's
Very
where
good.
I might have played against him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He had a number of clubs. Matt Harold, Wycombe was amongst them. Yeovil we mentioned, and Leyton Orient we mentioned, where he finished his career as a player. But here goes Trundle. It's up to Rahubka to deny him. Lee Trundle got his angles a bit wrong. Trundle has a second go. Harold and scores. And Matt Harold, well, looking at Wikipedia, he's got 99 career goals in 523
Is that his
games.
100th then?
Is that his 100th? Andy Burrell,
yeah,
does
I'm
that
giving
count?
him. Yeah, I'm giving him. I think Truns will be disappointed that he didn't probably slot it home himself, one-on-one with Chubbs. To be fair, that Chubbs, he stood up and was made himself big, didn't give Truns a chance. He knew he'd try his trick or two. But to be fair, Truns just keeps the ball, rolls it into the path. 0 recovery runs. He's able to pass it into an empty net.
Yeah, I think recovery runs might be less and
thing
less
of the
prevalent in the last 20 minutes of this game, Andy, as Colin Manford makes way for Aaron Lee. And once more a mountain to climb for the Celebs.
Yeah, that man running on needs huge credit today. Not just for the way he's played and gone about his business, but for just creating this whole event from a thought.
Absolutely.
And to be able to put it together with the time that he's had, the players that he's got involved in it, the way that the event's run with the bands beforehand, you just have to hold your hats, don your hats and say, well done, Aaron.
Good work there from Steve Royal. Simon Woods ball into the box. Away by Simpson and on by Terry. And a fair bit of space now for John Macken. Here is Matt Harold with his 100th career goal. Just behind him. Sweeping wide left to Danny Simpson, who's cropped up in all sorts of places, but he can't keep that one in.
Yeah, I think he's played about 6 positions already today and probably looking for a couple more.
Aaron Lee looking to try and find Danny Miller. Andy Holt steps in. 18 minutes to go then here at Boundary Park. Trundle lays it back. Michael Brown loses out. Can Steve Royal get himself before Colin Hendry intervenes? He can't. Looking very trim, Colin Hendry, isn't he, Andy?
Yeah, I played in a charity game over at Bury just the back end of last season, I think, and he was competitive. He was having a go at the linesman and everything.
In a charity game?
Yeah, yeah. The linesman gave one of the teams was losing 3-0 and they let a goal go that was offside and they counted it, and he wasn't happy. Yeah, he gave the liner a little bit, to be fair. I wouldn't want to be on the end of that, I don't think. What a player, though.
Terrific player, Colin Hendry, from Keith in Scotland. 51 Scottish international caps. Scottish Premier League winner with Glasgow Rangers, Premier League winner with Blackburn in '95. In that team with Alan Shearer, Chris Sutton, Kevin Gallagher and co. Now Jason Manford is going to come back on. We didn't know whether or not Manford's first appearance would be his only cameo of the day, but he's all set. He's working the crowd, Jason Manford, and he's ready to come on. Whether he comes on in midfield, we shall see.
Dom Lever coming off.
Tom Lever coming off. Does that mean Jason Manford's going to slot in at centre half? This
Well.
does give me slight palpitations, Andy.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Now, I would have thought Matt Harold, as he sees Jason Manford running on, will be thinking, I might have a chance here with the ball over the top.
That's right. Eyes light up. Truns, both of them shaking his hand. I think he's had a little quiet word with both strikers. Just, take it easy, boys.
Oh, a nice dummy from Manford to start off his second spell in the game. Here is Consul. The target is Danny Miller, who has scored this afternoon, straight after coming on as substitute. And that's going to be a corner for the Celebs. They're still just about in this game, but they're going to have to score next and then score again. And as if to make your point, Andy Burrell, look at Colin Hendry here, denying the quick corner. Danny Miller's going to take it, former Emmerdale man. Not going to put too much pressure on with that sort of corner, though. And a chance for the Legends to get it out. Payne in quickly, and it'll be a throw in.
I think the hardest part is playing a bit and then stopping and then having to go again.
Yeah, I was going to say, that must be very
people
difficult.
that don't play regularly, that's not easy to do.
Here's Paul Terry in the middle of the park. Nice ball swept left from the Leyton Orient assistant manager to Danny Simpson. Danny Simpson looking for Terry's run. It's a beautiful ball, and Terry in acres of space has a chance here, which he pushes beyond the outside of the post. Well, really nicely worked between Terry to actually get the return pass from Danny Simpson.
Well, Celeb's playing a really high line, and it's the deep run of Terry that breaks that offside line, and he's through on goal. Again, Jahal with a crazy recovery run. Brilliant at this stage of the game. Just does enough to put him off. Not able to roll it into the bottom corner. Rolls agonisingly wide for himself.
Now then, Peter Reid has decided the time has come, I think, to enter the fray himself. He is stood on the touchline in full kit. There he is at the age of 66. And he's going to come on for a cameo himself. Player manager, Peter Reid. Well, a man who had a hugely decorated career. Peter Reid, who was once, Andy, 4th in the World Player of the Year award in 1985 with Michel Platini and Diego Maradona, 2 of the 3 in front of him. He could play a bit.
Oh, yes. Feisty, competitive, combative. Little Jack Russell, wasn't he, in midfield? I had the pleasure of him managing me when he was at Coventry. And what a guy.
He's come in to play centre-back alongside Jason Manford, which is probably not something he perhaps envisaged back in 1985.
As one of his accolades.
That's right. Michel Platini, Diego Maradona, Jason Manford.
Oh, what
Here
a touch.
goes Danny Miller. Now then, Aaron Lee available if he can find him. Miller looking for Lee. Just couldn't quite execute the pass. What a shame. And Lloyd Griffith running the ball out of defence. And now in trouble. Consul will surely shoot from here. Well, Peter Reid settling in at centre-back. I think positions are going to be pretty fluid for the last 15 minutes or so. Aaron Johal cuts that one out. And here is Reid. Such a decorated player with Everton, England at World Cup 86. Here's Steve Royal, who didn't play for any of those clubs, but he's a funny guy, and he can't get on the end of that 1-2. Chambers steps in towards Royal. Royal going down, fancying the free kick, and then shoveling his shot wide, but winning the free kick there. Foul by Gavin McCann. Decent position this for the Celebs.
Yeah, perfect for a right footer this, just off to the angle. 22, 23 yards out. Aaron Lee straight over, having a look.
Well, Aaron Lee told me that in training they'd been peppering Lloyd Griffith. And I think there's no question here Aaron Lee is going to have a shot at goal. He's going to fancy Lee that if he gets this on target, he's got a high chance of scoring. Here he goes. And he has! Goodness me. Well, that went round the wall like a wounded bumblebee. But it snuck in the corner, and Lloyd Griffith disconsolately picks the ball out of the net. It's the Celebrities 4, the Legends 6.
Well, did it take a slight deflection as well? Because the bit of the spin, it did just off the back of Haining, and it's just taken it a bit slower, but the curl on it's added because of that little nick, and it's just come round. Lloyd Griffith's thinking it's going wide, hits the post and rolls in for 6-4. A little bit of hope.
Well, Lloyd Griffith was saying to Jay McGrath pre-match that he was frustrated last year because he'd been lobbed 4 times in conceding those 8 goals. He hasn't been lobbed yet this afternoon. Well, once by Danny Miller, but it wouldn't really put that down as Griffith's mistake, as Sanchez Payne takes a breather. Joe Warren Plant back on at, we think, left midfield.
Well, I think part of the reason why he stayed on his line then was because of that worry.
Away by Aaron Johal, and the Celebrities, well, perhaps sensing now they've still got a sniff. They've got it back to a 2-goal deficit. If they score next, we could be in for a dramatic climax. Simpson's ball over the top. Michael Brown pursuing it. Rahubka off his line. Does well.
They're all loading
out quickly.
Yeah, they're all loading up on Peter Reid on this left-hand centre-half position. Harsh.
Joe Howell to Joe Warren Plant. Jacob Gallagher from Emmerdale. Here goes Plant up against Haining. Beats his man. Still Plant. Can he get his shot away? Well, he can, but he got it all wrong. And it'll be a goal kick.
Well, it's a great ball in the first place and a good run. Then he cuts inside of Haining. But this time you've got to try and shape that so you bring it right to left. With a little bit of bend on it to bring it back into that far post. He goes to hit it hard, which means he slices it, which it goes way away from the post and takes it high and wide off to the right-hand side.
I think he'll be disappointed there, Plant. Created a good opportunity for himself. Out by Griffith, the Grimsby Town supporter, who gave us that outstanding rendition of the national anthem pre-kickoff. Nice touch from Matt Harold. Finds Paul Terry. Here is Harold picking up. Dwayne Chambers doing really well defensively. Go on, Dwayne, run! Straight will do. Oh dear. We might get to the second ball. Here's Plant, and now Dwayne Chambers continuing his run. That's what we were hoping to see. Here's Simon Wood.
Unlucky.
Macken back to Danny Simpson. Now Colin Hendry. A lot of space for Paul Terry here. Trouble here, you'd think, for the Celebs, but a tame shot.
Yeah, I did say to Dwayne Chambers before the game, why don't you play up front and just tell him to put it in behind and run? And I think we're seeing here one run up the wing and he ain't coming back. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, he's not looking too comfortable, Dwayne, is he? But it's okay because Colin Manford's coming on. So like-for-like replacement, really, in terms of pace.
Looks like a change of formation for the Celebs. Maybe three at the back. Just trying to get this next goal. They're really key. If they do get this next goal, anything is possible.
Forward by Hendry, looking for Matt Harold, and that rather evades Harold and Manford, and Peter Reid can come and sweep up. An interesting end to his playing career, of course, Reid, because he was player manager and then manager at Manchester City. Looked like his playing career had ended, and then he went to Southampton under Ian Branford, who said, I just want you to play. He played about 8 games, I think it was, at the end of one season, and he kept him up in the eyes of the Saints fans. Brought a new steel to them. Here goes Lee Trundle. Trundle going through. Good save, Rahubka.
Yeah, it does excellent. Stands up well. There to Truns, he keeps it really well. Strong on the ball. But Chubb stands up strong and makes himself big.
Michael Brown, plenty of space. Brown, good save, Rahubka again. And good clearance from Colin Manford. And now here's his brother Jason in an advanced position. Lovely touch from Manford. Both of them involved. Joe Warren Plant, probably the best football that the Celebs have played all afternoon, this move. Plant's delivery couldn't match the rest of the move and caught Will Haining in a painful place, and it'll be a corner.
Just what you don't need. 7 minutes left. But yeah, 2 good shaves. Byron Chubka keeps them in it. Maybe the swapping round of the goalkeepers off the back of last year's result it's been a great idea.
Yeah, it certainly helped, hasn't it? It really helped to make this a more competitive game. And as Andy Morrell was saying, the next goal here, if it goes to the Celebs, could set us up nicely for the conclusion. Out by McCann, Steve Royal. Perhaps he should have shot. Royal's still in there. And Andy Holt, coolest man on Boundary Park, gets it away. Up to Lee Trundle. Matt Harold's away again. Here goes Matt Harold. He's been a real threat since coming on, but he can't keep that in.
No, Trund's looking for the counter. Harold just saying, maybe a few years back I could have caught it, but not now.
Now then, here's Colin Hendry. His eyes lighting up. The Scotsman working his way through. Ran out of steam.
Well done, Peter Reid. That was 2 warriors coming together for a 50-50, wasn't it?
Neither of them were going to pull out of that one.
Yeah.
Andy Holt tidying up. Only had 45 this year, Andy Holt. I have the privilege of working with Andy occasionally to commentate on Wrexham games, and he told me that last year, Andy, he was fully anticipating just playing the first 22 minutes and then putting his feet up for the rest. And he had to keep moving at half-time when he realised he was going to stay on because he worried he was going to seize up in the dressing room. And in the end, he somehow got through 90 minutes, so I'm sure he's pleased
Fair
today.
play, yeah.
He had 45.
I think that's why he started on the bench, because he knows that you can't then play 90.
Well, he did heroically to get through it last year, but I'm sure there's going to be some aching limbs tomorrow from both sides, but particularly from some of the more elder statesmen in the Legends team. 5 minutes left then at Boundary Park. Celebrities 4, Legends 6.
Yeah, I would say this stage of the game, you still feel okay in the mind. Body might be letting you down a little bit, and it's maybe not even tomorrow that you feel it. It's the day after that
Is it really? Yeah.
The DOMs set in, and you, oh my days, you can't get out of bed.
The what set in? The DOMs?
Yeah, it's like delayed onset muscular fatigue or something.
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah. Sounds like I know what I'm on about, right?
Wow,
it just hurts. It just hurts.
I've never had that. Never done enough exercise. Here's Trundle. He still fancies a goal. Paul Terry, he wants one too. Wellens has scored twice. Harold's got one. Terry, the only manager of the Leyton Orient management team yet to net. He won't want to be the odd one out on the coach to Bradford later. Here goes Colin Manford. Griffith off his line and then retreating. Can Manford find a quality ball in? It's not a bad one, you know. Far post header.
Brilliant goal.
Oh, superb. Colin Manford to Aaron Lee. What a delivery from Manford. The bespectacled overlapping left back, delivering an excellent cross, and Aaron Lee making no mistake at the back stick. And we've got our grandstand finish. Celebs 5, Legends 6.
Well, that's come from a brilliant little interception at the back by Jahal. Gets a toe on it, and then they're able to play out. And it comes to Manford, who's onside. I would have suggested that Miller was offside, but he's not interfering with play. Just chops back onto his right foot, puts it to the back post beautifully, and brilliantly attacked by Aaron Lee, who then goes, puts it in the net.
Peter Reid in with a great challenge on Michael Brown. Excellent from Reid. He's fighting for every cause here. The player manager for the Celebs, Trundle. Celebs will be desperate not to concede here. Trundle, they're in trouble though. Here's Brown. Can Steve Royal get a foot in? Harold with the scuff shot, and it's in Rahubka's gloves. The Celebs are still in there. They're still in there as Andy Holt heads that away. Now, is this the time, if you're a Legends player, Andy, you're saying to each other, actually, guys, let's just go up 5%.
Well, you've just seen it. You've just seen it in the middle of the park there. They've just, a couple of them just a little bit extra in the sprint, a little bit extra, just making sure that 2-goal cushion, you know, or the 1 goal at the minute can be 2 goals, because they don't want to be embarrassed. In no way do you be in as a legend. You want to come away with anything but a win in a game like this.
Here's Colin Manford. What a quality ball that was from Manford for the Aaron Lee header. Plant. 2 minutes left on the clock. Celebs pushing. I'm sure they would be delighted to take a draw here, the Celebs, from where they were last year in this fixture, but they need one more to get parity on the scoreboard. Consul on the overlap. Can he stand the ball up with some quality? Oh, good take from Lloyd Griffith at the near post.
Good cross. Hoping one of your strikers just gambles across that front post. Nobody there, but he does really well to take it.
Forward by Will Haining. Nice touch from Trundle. Does really well to get away from Simon Wood, and Rahubka's going to be the last line of defence here. Lee Trundle to seal the win. Still Trundle, and he does so. Really nice finish from Lee Trundle. And Wrexham and Swansea City fans of young and old will remember that kind of finish from Lee Trundle, and the Legends just stepping it up when they needed to as the Celebs started to close them up on the scoreboard. But Trundle with an assured finish. It's the Celebs 5, the Legends 7.
What a beautiful little touch on the edge of the box. Comes from Colin Hendry, plays it up into his striker. You want your striker to get a hold of it, but Trundle just rolls it up the outside of his left boot, round one side of the defender, spins the other side, and off he goes. He's in. Nobody's catching him from there, and he's able to this time take it around Rubchuka and put it into or under the body of him to make it 7-5.
Harold through to Danny Simpson. Simpson gets it back. Good effort from John Macken from distance, but never really going to threaten Paul Rahubka. And Rahubka has the goal kick, and we're into the final stages. Andy Murrah, who would your man of the match be today?
That's a good question. I think there's been some great performances on both sides. I think for the celebs, Jahal has really given everything in all positions that he's played. We've seen little cameos. But I'd probably go for Richie Wellens. I think he was the difference between the teams. And just got the legends over the line, if you like, for that all-important last goal. So well played, everybody. Been a brilliant game to watch. Brilliant. I really enjoyed the commentating on it. But it's the legends that come out on top.
Thank you very much, Andy Morrell, my co-commentator this afternoon, the former Coventry City, Wrexham and Blackpool striker. So it finishes the Celebrities 5, the Legends 7. We'll get some post-match reaction very soon indeed, but it's another victory in this fixture for the Legends, despite the Celebrities' best efforts with that plucky effort in the second half. The second half, well balanced, but in the end, the Legends able to find the quality to win this game by 7 goals to 5. Let's get some immediate reaction then. Joe McGrath is on the halfway line and he's talking to Lee Trundle.
You want immediate reaction? We've got to speak to the goal scorer, Lee, who scored the final goal of the game. Unbelievable, mate. How was that?
Yeah, good. Well, I've had a few bad touches before that, so I'm glad that happened and I could make up for it. But, you know, pleased with the touch and then to get a goal at the end of it as well.
When you just got that yard on, I think it was Simon Woods for the celebs. You knew you were there, ready for it. You just buried it.
Yeah, I just tried to cut across him and then I seen the keeper come out, took another touch and put it in. So, nice way to finish the game.
Amazing day with everyone, isn't it? It's just so lovely to see everyone at the end of this. How are you feeling?
It's unbelievable, and as I said before, you know, the turnout from the fans has been excellent, and especially all the lads who've played as well. It's been a great day.
Lee, you've got your hands on the big trophy. Congratulations, mate. You were superb. Thank you very much for Lee. Lee has got, Danielle's got loads of celebs over there.
I've got the celebs, and I've got the assist and the goal. That was beautiful at the end there.
Oh, it was just wonderful. I was in two minds. I was definitely going to shoot. Then I figured I'm not gifted enough for that.
Was it a shot?
Yeah. It was a shot.
No, it was a great ball. What can I say? Brilliant day out. So proud to be a part of this, amazing event. I just want to say thank you to everybody who turned out. It's been an amazing, attendance yet again. And fingers crossed we raised a lot of money.
You definitely held your own, and I think you give your brother a run for your money because you look tidy, man.
And I said, well, in fact, when I was a kid, I had trials for Oldham Athletics. So what could have been? That could have been my stand. But no, like I said, loads of fun. It was an honour to be a part of this today. And Oldham Athletics putting it on for us. What an amazing day.
Thank you so much. I think it wasn't embarrassing. You held your own celebs. Who have you got, Joe?
I've got the legend who's behind this match and also scored 2 goals. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm good. I'm a bit tired now, but I'm very good, thank you.
Sun's beating down on us, but you managed to bag 2 unbelievable shots. What was it like?
Yeah, mate, to be fair, first one was a stroke of luck, but no denying the second one, bullet header. But to be fair, I weren't expecting it coming across, so yeah, good effort.
All this build-up has been amazing on socials and all the build-up today. The full-time whistle goes. What was that like to you?
Oh, it's mega. I mean, just look at the stadium. It's pretty much full. All these people have come out to support the families. That's what it's all about today. It's not about how much we raise. The game of football was brilliant. The music was fantastic. But ultimately, there's families here that lost loved ones, and this show of support, it just does so much for them. Congratulations on an amazing result there, Aaron. Absolute legend. And Danny, what
look
a legend
who
you've
I found.
got.
Get off your phone. Come on. Look professional. What do you think of that?
Brilliant. Really enjoyed it, to be honest. We just lost our way a little bit, didn't we, in the second half there. Looked like we was going to catch them back up when it went to... Did it go to 7-5, was it? 7-5, yeah. But, just left it a bit... I thought we were going to pull it back, but no. 7-5. What was it in the end? 7-6?
It was 7-5. Well, it was 7-5. That's right. 7-6. I tell you what, you nearly 7-5. You nearly got it. At one point, I thought you were going to draw.
No, but the main thing is, it's for a good cause. It's been a good day. I hope everyone's enjoyed it, and that's what it's all about, I guess. Yeah.
Do you know what it is all about? It's all about people like you turning up and supporting it, because these guys want to see people like you on the pitch. Obviously, everyone who's here today plays a part, but I think that needs to be acknowledged.
Well, no, it's my first one. my debutant one, isn't it? So my first one, and I really enjoyed it.
Will there be more?
Absolutely, mate. You know, they'll always get the call for me. Anything to do with Manchester, and certainly the Manchester 22. We can't put a very, I'm very proud Mancunian United. So whenever the phone call is, I'll be here every year from now on. Yeah.
Well, you did yourself proud. Well done, thank you. And you got that on tape. He's coming again.
Hey, listen, look who I've got, the legend that is Danny Simpson. Unbelievable game. How are you, mate?
I'm good. Listen, it's always nice to win. Obviously, it's a beautiful day. Great turnout and goals. I think that's what everyone wanted to see, goals, and there was a lot of goals, some good goals. For me, it was just nice to be out there playing again, and I miss football, so it's great for an unbelievable cause.
Any celebs catch your attention then? They think, oh, he's a good player?
No. Listen, obviously, I kept my eyes. Cheers. Yeah, but I was fortunate enough to train down at the cliff with him, so I already knew one or two. I told the lads to keep an eye on. So no, listen, they all did very well. Honestly, it was a great game, and they all brought something to the table, and it was close. Yeah, it was very good.
Well, good luck. I know you're going to lift up that trophy now. Enjoy it, Danny. Thank you very much for playing.
I lifted the last one.
See, that's it, 7 years what?
To the day that we lifted the Premier League to the day. So it's not a bad anniversary, is it? Eh?
Congratulations on that, Danny. Legend. Thank you very much for playing. 7 years to the day since he lifted the Premier League, and now in just moments he will lift the Manchester Remembers trophy. How did it all happen? It is Chris with your highlights.
Thank you very much, Joe. Yes, we've had an eventful afternoon. 12 goals being scored through this fixture. And let's have a look at how those goals were scored this afternoon. It seems a long time ago that Andy Ritchie tapped in for the first, Andy Morrell.
Yeah, really good block by Dom Lever on the first shot. And it just falls to Andy Ritchie just to put him with his left foot into an empty net. Make it 1-0.
Sanchez Payne impressed us today. This was a good hit.
Yeah, good both feet he can hit with, and he decided to take a pot shot. Just snuck under Lloyd Griffiths there to make it 1-1.
Richie Wellens, impressive throughout the afternoon. No problem from the spot there, and he was involved in a lot of the good work that the Legends did, as was Michael Brown, who got this one.
Yeah, lovely little piece of play. A couple of 1-2s around the defenders and slotting it in.
And here was Ron Hall, who impressed alongside Kai Fagan, the two Love Island island mates. And look at that celebration to keep the celebrities involved just before the interval.
Yeah, definitely back to 3-2 for half-time, and a competitive game for the second half.
So 3-2 at the interval. We'll have a chance to look shortly at the goals in the second half as the celebrities continued to work hard to keep tabs on the Legends. But it was always the case, really, that every time the celebrities got one back, the Legends seemed to score pretty soon afterwards. But a much more competitive game, Andy, overall. And I think the decision to swap Lloyd Griffith and Paul Rahubka in the two nets really made a big difference.
Yeah, I think it was key. He made a couple of really good saves in the second half and kept the celebs in it, but the celebs certainly did a great, they had 19 players on it in the second half last year, and it was 11v11 right the way through. Matt Harrold there with a nice cheeky little back heel, fell comfortably to Richie Wellens to just tap in.
That was 4-2 at the start of the second half, and then here's Danny Miller, who finished so nicely there.
I think that's goal of the day for me. Really nice pass and a great finish just off the bounce to put it past. Good finish by Michael Brown again. It all did, like you said, just seemed that they had that little gear to go into the Legends to make the win a little bit more comfortable than it actually was.
And there was Matt Harrold, who alongside Paul Terry we weren't expecting to see today, the two members of the Leyton Orient coaching team, but that was the free kick from Aaron Lee. And then the header that came after it. Talk us through the header.
Yeah, it's a great cross. Whether it's a shot or cross, it doesn't really matter. It is put in a great area, and he's really attacked it brilliantly, made it his ball. Boots flying as well. We could have cut one in the face, but no, it's more important to score, as my face tells you. And he was able to get his head on it and score. And then the last one, great bit of skill on the edge of the halfway line and put in by Truns.
So Lee Trundle completing the scoring, a man who this man, Andy Morrell, played alongside for Wrexham for 2 seasons. That was apposite that was the way that this match was closed out. It looked for a while in the second half like the celebrities might be able to pull off a famous turnaround win, but the Legends just upping it as they needed to in the closing stages, with Lee Trundle's goal getting the proceedings closed out 7-5 to the Legends in the end. We've got a chance, though, just to remind you of what today's all about and to ask you one last time if you could dig deep for Manchester Remembers.
We'd love to have you at the game. If for some reason you can't make it to the game, you can still support us.
So folks, please get involved
and donate £5
by texting
22
MCR to 70085.
And just a reminder of the charities that your money will be split between: the Remembering Nell Foundation, the Megan Hurley Foundation, the Ailey MacLeod Memorial Trust, Liv's Trust and the Chloe and Liam Together Forever Trust. They are the charities who will benefit from your donations. £82,000 was raised last year in the game. We're aiming for a similar, if not better, figure this time, but we do rely on you making your donation. So if you're watching online and you haven't had the chance to be at Boundary Park today, please do what you can to support those fantastic causes as we mark 6 years since that horrendous day in May 2017 for the bomb at Manchester Arena during the Ariana Grande concert. So thank you so much for watching the coverage today, and if you can build on that by finding a few pounds, that would be hugely appreciated. Andy, we are preparing now for the awarding of the trophy, the Manchester Remembers Trophy. Opportunity for the players to enjoy this moment, and yet again it's been a really good occasion here that I think everybody's enjoyed being a part of, whether you've been playing, part of the support teams or in the crowd.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to take a little pat on the back, all the players especially, for turning out and playing and making it a competitive game. You know, massive praise to Aaron for the whole setup, that he's just created this game out of pretty much nothing, to all the sponsors, all the people that have come out, just make it a great occasion. Everybody loves watching a bit of footy, and in the sun especially, but all the players and staff around it, they need to take a really big bow, because without them the thing doesn't happen and the money doesn't get raised. So looking forward to a decent trophy lift here, all the celebs getting their medals, and they thoroughly deserve it.
Yeah, we can see on the screen now the celebrities team going up and getting their medals. Joe Warren Plant getting his there. Ron Hall, who scored in the first half. Paul Rahubka, who of course swapped over from being part of the Legends team today to being in the celebrities. I think that was a major factor in making the scoreline much more competitive and keeping the interest in the game for far longer. Rob Lang there collecting his medal. He's been a great supporter of this event the both seasons that we have staged this occasion. Dom Lever collecting his. Dwayne Chambers, we didn't see him for too long. Hope his injury's not too bad. He's heading up to a charity match in Sunderland tomorrow, so hopefully he'll be fit to play some part in that. Didn't seem to be moving too well when he came off, but he's still smiling, so that's the main thing. And there is Aaron Johal, always hard working for this team, and that gives the celebs the chance to collect their medals and have an opportunity for a photograph, and the Legends will go and collect that Manchester Remembers trophy in just a few moments' time. Nice to see plenty of people given the chance to get on the field of play. I'm sure there's a multitude of selfies to be taken yet with these players before the day is over. Rob Lang's there trying to get one, I can see himself, with goal scorer Danny Miller. How did we ever manage before camera phones, Andy? How did we live before the selfie? None of these people would have brought an autograph book.
That's right, and then somewhere to put them. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's madness what happens at the moment, but that's the way the world we live in. Everything's videoed. You can't just take in a moment, can you? These days you have to video it as well.
Up go the celebrities then. Matt Harrold in the Legends rather. Matt Harrold in Trevor Sinclair's shirt. Andy Holt going through there. Danny Simpson's really enjoyed the day, the youngest of the Legends players on the field of play. Lloyd Griffith beaten 5 times this year. Well, that was an improvement on 8 last, so I think Lloyd Griffith will be fairly pleased with that. Michael Brown impressed last year and this in the middle of the park, very skillful player. And there's Colin Hendry, who captained that team as they made their way out into the field of play this time. And I will shortly pass you to Joe McGrath, who will pick up the description of the trophy lift for you as Lee Trundle collects his medal. And Colin Hendry just waiting for his cue. So let's hand over to Joe McGrath as we see the trophy lift. Joe.
Yeah, how you doing? It has been absolute chaos here on the pitch in a good way. This is the trophy lift. This is a well-deserved victory for the legends. And ladies and gentlemen, at Manchester Remembers 2023, your champions, the Legends! Yeah!
So, another great day at Boundary Park wraps up the Legends once more lift the Manchester Remembers trophy, beating the celebrities by 7 goals to 5. A day of 12 goals of competitive football, lots of fun on and off the pitch, the chance to hear 2 great bands as well, and everybody inside the stadium has thoroughly enjoyed their afternoon. Many of them still with us on the field of play, collecting selfies, collecting autographs.
We'd love to have you at the game.
And adding memories to their day. But thank you very much. Whether you've joined us in the stadium or you've joined us online, big thanks to my co-commentator Andy Morell. Huge thanks to all of the organising team at the Manchester Remembers event and the Badger and Coombs team who brought you this production today. Thank you so much for being part of Manchester Remembers. We'll see you all next year. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
How big this trophy is. My fat head.
Leave it!